two. Wallace missed two. Lakers by two. It's Kobe again. A 20-point swing. Once down by 16, they lead by 4. Exactly a minute remains. Pippen for 3. Rebound O'Neal. Portland has 3 timeouts left. The Lakers have 2. Bryant to shot.
Starting to take matters into his own hands, Van Horn. Now you got to get this thing from Curry King. Oh my gosh! Throw it down, Kobe. Throw it down.
If I was a team out there and knew that the Knicks might want to trade him, man, I'd sure be trying to get him. Great bench. Oh, Kobe Bryant!
He was looking for somebody to challenge him, and nobody came quick enough to
Lakers, and here's Bryant. Wow! Let's get the slam dunk. That was impressive. He's impressed.
Direction, behind the back, and then the finish. I mean, the finish. Oh, my goodness.
3 seconds, 2 seconds for the win. Got it!
Aiden to inbound. Bryant for 3.
I suppose the big question, because so few have done it, and most have failed, as you know, come out of high school to the pros.
It was just a challenge that was there.
Well, college would have been a challenge.
It would have been a challenge, but, you know, when people say that you have the opportunity to go to the NBA and play against the greatest players in the world, that doesn't get you going. I don't think anything will.
What's it really feel like to put on the gold and purple?
Right, well, it feels great because there's just so much pride, you know, behind the uniform and the legacy that's behind the uniform. I remember growing up and seeing Irvin Johnson coming to the NBA with the LA Lakers and winning all the championships, him and Mr. Scott and Worthy and so forth. And when I step on the court, you just feel so much pride to try to carry on the tradition, carry on the legacy that Mr. West and Chamberlain and the captain, they all had there and they all instilled there. So it's just so much pride in that uniform.
Good for you.
It's like a dream come true.
Kobe Bryant have decided to take my talent to no, I have decided to skip college and take my talent to the NBA.
With the 13th pick in the 1996 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant from Lower Merion High School in Pennsylvania.
A coming out party for the high school kid. Kobe Bryant, meeting with the approval of that Charlotte fan in attendance here. And Hubie, this is a guy whose stock has risen every time he's tried out. People like this kid.
Well, everyone writing when he first came out, well, he's going to have to bulk up. This guy is 200 pounds at 6'6". He is an offensive whiz. He's very, very talented. He has all pro moves. And when you look at him, you're talking about a young man with range. He can go off the dribble. He can get his shot. And in every place that he worked out, nothing but raves. No one talking about any shortness or a weakness in his game.
Jerry West told me today that greatness lies ahead for this young man. Thought he was going to be absolutely fantastic. I recruited him out of high school and skipping college into a very physical game.
All he did was average 31 points a game his senior year. His team won the state title with 31 wins and 3 losses, and he eclipsed the scoring mark of Wilt Chamberlain in Pennsylvania. This kid has got it all.
Yeah, you get the package in. I think what you like best about him, everyone says that he makes everyone else around him a better player. And he's a winning style guy. We realize that there's a lot to overcome when you come right out of high school. But if anyone has a good chance, this young man is blessed with outstanding offensive skills.
What was it like for the tryouts? What did you learn?
Well, I learned that you have to work hard and you have to approach the game with a serious mindset. There's a step up from high school, and I understand that. So therefore, every time I step on a basketball court, I'm going to put a strong effort out there on the floor. I'm not going to leave anything on the floor.
You had the grades, you had the scores to go to college. Why the NBA?
It's the ultimate challenge. You know, if I was 40 years old and I'm sitting back and I'm looking back at my career, if I went to college and played on the NBA, maybe I had a great career, maybe not. And I'm still having that doubt in my mind. Could I have answered that challenge? Could I have responded to the challenge of the NBA? And that's something that I didn't want to have on my shoulders, so I just really accepted it.
He's going to wear number 8. And Kobe, this is for you.
Thank you very much.
And also a hat.
I used to watch Magic Johnson bring the ball up the court, and I used to envision myself, in the hallways at the house, knocking down lamps and, creating all kinds of chaos in the house, and thinking that I'm Magic Johnson. And it's just like a dream come true.
Straight out of high school, he's been a catalyst for the team and a favorite with advertisers and fans. Charlie Rose met him in 2001 when the Lakers were going for their second straight title.
Show me a trademark Kobe shot.
Trademark Kobe shot?
Yeah, what's a signature shot? Kobe has the ball. The offense is set up, but he's going to take the shot. What's a signature shot?
You can count on this move every time.
All right, tell me which one we can count. Yeah.
That's the kind of play that is serving Kobe Bryant and his Los Angeles Lakers very well. He's one of the game's most dominant players, and for good reason.
I love playing basketball. There's nothing like it.
What is it you love?
This is the ball when it bounces, the sound that it makes, the smell of the basketball, the nets when you shoot the ball and it goes right through the net. The sneakers as they squeak on the wood. The strategies, the competition, the camaraderie, the fans. We just go on and on and on.
I take you to this scene. 20 seconds left to go. You're down by 1. You want the ball. You want to take the last shot.
Absolutely. I'm not afraid to fail, and I just love it. It's just an adrenaline rush.
9 seconds.
Everybody in the crowd stands up, and everybody's waiting to see if you're going to make the shot, if you're going to lose the game, or you're going to win the game. It's just an unbelievable rush. Sorry, I just got lost for a second.
Kobe Bryant was a different kind of kid with a different kind of upbringing. He spent most of his childhood in Italy, where his father played after leaving the NBA. The Bryant family spent the next 8 seasons there.
In Italian. Started first grade over there, in an Italian school. I was 6, my sister was 7, my older sister was 8.
What influence do you think it had on you?
I think it made me more mature. We had to grow up a lot faster. I think it brought us closer together as a family, because us moving out there into a whole nother world, we didn't speak the language, we didn't know anybody. We had to bond with one another, more so than anything.
He also continued to bond with basketball, but without the competition found at American playgrounds and schools. His family came back to Philadelphia every summer, and he learned quickly what he was missing.
So I come back to America in the summertime, I'm playing in the summer league, and I don't score a point the whole summer.
Not one point the entire summer?
Not 1 point. Not a free throw, not a layup, not a steal, nothing. 0 points the whole summer. And my father came up to me afterwards and gave me a hug and said, "Son, don't worry about it. We're going to love you if you score 0 or 50. Yeah. And I just remember thinking, thank you.
When Bryant's father retired from the game, the family came back to the United States for good. After a stellar high school career, Kobe Bryant skipped college and went directly to the NBA. Today, 5 years later, he continues to defy expectations. Unlike a lot of players, he prefers practice to partying. When he isn't practicing, he's working out. When he isn't working out, he's studying game tapes in his room. There's no time left for socializing with his teammates. A sore point, says his head coach at the Lakers, Phil Jackson.
Last year, I said to him, you know, some of the players came to me and said, you know, that you don't even want to go down and have, you know, a bite to eat with him or go to a movie with him. And, you know, if you want to be a leader of these guys, you got to accommodate what they like and find a common niche.
He's had a hard time fitting in on the court, too. Since the start of his career, Kobe Bryant has been accused of not being a team player. When he takes control of a game away from the Lakers' other superstar, center Shaquille O'Neal, and plays too aggressively, the Lakers sometimes lose games they should have won. This season, Bryant could feel the chill on the court.
You just felt like something was amiss between you and your teammates.
Something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. I mean, I go to practice and I feel a little uncomfortable. I'm like, man, what's this about? You know, this wasn't there before. Well, something must be going on around here.
And what was it about?
Well, it was about me. It was about them thinking I was out for myself and I was being selfish, and which was totally not the case.
He is, without question, one of the league's most talented players, but he has been criticized for poor shot selection and not playing a team game. Peter spoke with the Lakers phenom.
It's a tough situation because we all want to win, and Kurt, he wants his players there on practice. He wants them there every day, and he wants them there on time. We have practice at 11, he wants you there at 11 o'clock sharp, ready to go. It doesn't mean 11:05. And
actually, probably wants you there 11:45.
Exactly, he wants you there warmed up and ready. He wants you to be ready to go full out at 11 o'clock. He doesn't want anybody to disobey that. And especially with a couple of losses that we've had, playoffs right around the corner, he's fed up.
Considering that some of the shots he takes at this stage of his career are questionable. Sometimes he's so electrifying, you forgive him his judgment.
Whenever I got to the point where I was kind of low on energy, they've always there to pick me up and help me out, kind of urge me along.
Who?
Shaq. He's been very, very supportive of me, especially. When I be in certain ball games, I'll miss 3 shots in a row or turn the basketball over, something like that. I'll say, hey, man, that's all right, let's go, let's relax. We want to get this job done. And they always be very, very supportive.
When Kurt takes you out, and he has taken you out a few times for quick shots with plenty of time left on the clock, what do you say? What does he say? And how do you handle that when you come back in?
I'm mad. As any player is. I mean, you never want to get taken out of a ball game because I just love to play so much. Regardless if it's for a mistake or it's not for a mistake. I want to be in there playing. But at the same time, I'm with him, and I've told him that. Whatever decision you want to make, whether it's to sit me down or run a certain player, whatever it is, I'm with you.
Do you learn from it, Kobe?
Yeah, you have no choice.
Yeah, but I still see, I mean, look, I'm sure you know that I've been on your case a little bit on TV. Same exact stuff.
Right.
But I see how much talent you have, and I know how young you are, but do we want to use that as an excuse, or are you learning on the run?
I'm kind of learning on the run. I think if you look at the years I've been in the league, I think you'll see an improvement as far as shot selection goes. I look at some of my tapes from last season, and I would kind of laugh at myself and taking certain shots because I wouldn't take those now. I would read the play a little bit better. And it's getting there. I think I've actually learned pretty quickly because I've had a lot of other things to adjust to as well.
The big question is, with the season dwindling away with games, are the Lakers running out of time to become a team?
This is where Bryant emerged as a rising star. Lower Merion High School in suburban Philadelphia. He enrolled here in 1992 when he was 14, after his family spent 7 years in Europe, where his father finished his career. Bryant says his fondest memory of high school is winning the 1996 state championship his senior year, when he was also named a McDonald's All-American and Gatorade's Player of the Year. But with that success came a perceived arrogance by some that led to Bryant's highly scrutinized announcement in May of 1996. The 1996 NBA draft was a month later. Bryant's hometown Sixers had the first overall pick. They chose consensus #1 pick Georgetown guard Allen Iverson. Bryant was picked 13th overall by the Charlotte Hornets before being traded to the Lakers that summer. Bryant developed into a superstar, and by his 4th season, helped the Lakers win the 2000 NBA championship.
Kobe out in front. He shoots a long one again. He hits another one. Jump shot, no good. Rebound. Kobe Bryant! Look at that kid, 21 years old, take over.
Give us what your opinion is in reference to why there seems to be a love-hate relationship with Kobe. Let's go to Pat in Southwest Philadelphia.
He shares an arrogance. He just doesn't seem like a nice guy. I don't like him as a person.
I think a lot of that is because he plays in Los Angeles. You know, that's a Tinseltown. That's glamour. I mean, come on. Philadelphia is a blue-collar, hard-working city.
I just get the feeling from watching you guys in the last few games that the team collectively figures that this season's over. That this was my view from the studio. Right. That they feel that you know, you're mentally whipped. That you've lost that edge.
No.
Would you consider yourself friends?
Oh, definitely, no question.
During the Shaq years, were you guys friends?
No.
Such a shame, you know, the two great players can't get along.
Kobe was just trying to do too much. When you're that good, you can do too much, but when you play on a team, it shouldn't have to be that hard.
There was kind of a Kobe faction on one side and a Shaquille faction on the other.
When everything went through me, the outcome was good. If the big dog ain't me, then the house won't get guarded. I don't know why anybody else would want to change other than selfish reasons.
Guys, you just need to just get off of this, man. I mean, seriously.
I just, you know, wish y'all stop asking me about it. I'm gonna do what I do.
If you were the GM, would you have kept Shaquille O'Neal and tried to work this thing out?
Well, I would have. I think everybody would have, you know, would probably say the same thing. But I don't know, you know, what the intricacies were of the deal. Shaq had to do what was best for he and his family. He said so after the last game we played, you know, saying, you know, this is a business and he's going to have to make the best decision for he and his family. And that's what he did.
What is your opinion of Kobe Bryant as a player?
I think he's a great player. I think if he did the little things, he'd be the greatest player to ever play the game. But he's a great player.
What are the little things?
Make everybody else better. He'll be the greatest player ever. Better than Mike, better than Shaq, better than Duncan. Be the greatest player ever. He's a great player. I've said that many times.
What do you think of Kobe Bryant as a person?
Doesn't matter what I think about him as a person. When I was out there on the court doing my job, I played team ball. So it doesn't matter what I thought about him off the court. Because see, what people don't understand is I don't have time to think about people off the court. I got 5 kids. I'm working on my master's. I gotta go home and do law papers and study statistics and all that stuff. I don't have time to think about him doing this, him doing that. Don't have time for that.
Could it have been worked out between the two of you? Could you guys have coexisted?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. We have. You know, we've had our spats, we've had our share of arguments on the floor. You know, for various reasons. He, you know, used to get mad at me for not playing team basketball. I used to get mad at me because he wasn't in tip-top shape. But, you know, we put our differences aside and went out there and played. And we won, and we played great in doing that. So we could have coexisted. We have coexisted.
Part of the problems, Kobe, at least as far as your relationship with Shaquille O'Neal, go back to your court case where it was revealed that you had suggested, and I don't have the quote exactly, that Shaquille O'Neal maybe has paid off women in the past. When's the last time you talked to Shaq, and did you ever apologize for those statements?
You know, I haven't had the opportunity to talk to him directly. But if I do get that opportunity, I definitely.
Why not, Kobe? It's been months. Why not?
Man, I could try to track him down, but I don't have his number or anything like that. Man, I was able to get a message to him, you know, through a mutual friend. But you know, December 25th sounds like a good day to me to kind of talk to him and tell him I never meant any kind of way to bring, you know, this, you know, anything of his personal business out to the light like that.
Kobe, are you fearful that Shaq will not want to talk to you?
No, I'm not fearful of it. I mean, I can only do what I feel is right. You know what I mean? Now, I feel it's right to go up and apologize to the man for bringing him into my situation. You know, I never intended for that to happen, and you know, things were way overblown and misstated.
Why did you bring up his name, though, Kobe? Why even go there?
You know, I can't really get into the details of it. All I can say is things where, you know, they kind of took something and ran with it and took it someplace completely, you know, different than what it actually was.
Well, let me ask you this question. One of the things that Shaq would say, and I know him pretty well, is that Shaq would say he's not hard to find. If you really, really wanted to find him over the last 6 months or so, it should have been relatively easy to find him. How do you respond to that?
Well, I respond to that is, you know, you probably got his number. I get it from you, and I call him today.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It's really that simple, man. You know, I don't have time. You know, I've been through too much. My family now, we've been through too much to sit up here and BS and say, oh, I'm calling him, but I really don't mean it and all this other stuff. We've been through too much for all that. And, you know, I sincerely mean that. I will pick up the phone and call him. If he takes the call, great. If he doesn't, you know what I mean? Just know I'm sorry for all of that.
If Kobe Bryant called you on your cell phone right now, what would you say to him?
I don't have a cell phone because people that I'm connected with them. All you got to do is think, and I'll call you. I don't have a cell phone. And that's a problem with the diesel. I'm technologically more advanced than you are. My thought process begins where the regular human apex is at.
But is this maybe about control? In other words, if Jerry Krause was not here next year or in Chicago, would that affect your decision to want to stay there?
Oh, definitely. I think there's no doubt about the fact that, you know, that you look back on the relationship that Jerry West and Pat Riley had with Los Angeles. I mean, you know, those things, and that ended after about 9 years. Chuck Daly, McCloskey at Detroit, you know, that was a great relationship, and both of them went on after about 9 years and went different directions. And I'm not saying that all marriages in this kind of a business, the general manager coach's business, has that lifespan. But it seems to me like that is, you know, that's pretty much pushing the envelope.
Michael Jordan said, Coach, that if you aren't in Chicago, he will retire. And then now that you said, hey, this is your last year, do you think he's going to stick to that position?
Well, in some ways, I hope not. I think that, you know, Michael should determine whether his own career is over, regardless of whether mine is with the Bulls or not.
For the new millennium, the Lakers moved to a new home. But it was a new coach that heralded a bigger change and a future more in tune with the traditions of the Lakers' past.
Without further ado, the new coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson had won 6 NBA championships as coach of the Chicago Bulls. But his impressive resume came with doubts that his unorthodox style would mesh with the Lakers' youthful stars.
Man, you gotta see some of this stuff. Just pivot work, like, we're not even having a basketball. It's just, you know, run, you know, set a pick, then spin, pivot, go, and stop, change the direction. Like, without a basketball. Like, practice layups without a basketball. It's weird.
Jackson's first challenge was to get his new players to understand him. Then he still had to get them to unite behind him.
There was kind of a Kobe faction on one side and a Shaquille faction on the other, and we had to bring these guys together. And there were some personal goals that were standing in front of the group goals, and that all had to be kind of figured out. It was a situation in which, you know, I was asking them to kind of fit into roles and demanded the team to play more unselfish basketball.
The first time in my career, a coach came in and said, look, this is what you're going to do, this is what you're going to master. If you're not going to do that, then you're not going to be here.
During the preseason, any early optimism appeared hopelessly misplaced.
Back Horry down the middle throws to the wrong team. I've never seen a quarter much worse than this by a Laker group.
To make matters worse, Kobe Bryant broke his hand and would miss 8 weeks. The season would begin with little reason for hope, and even less reason to believe. When Kobe returned from injury, the Lakers' 21-year-old star also seemed more mature, instantly adapting to the new team-first approach.
One of the first things Phil said was, it's not how hard you play, because you can play with all the heart you want, but it's how smart you play.
It was vintage Laker basketball, as Kobe and Shaq came together like magic. Shaq dubbed them the combo.
Some combo, huh?
Either Kobe comes first with the jab, and then you follow with me, the knockout.
Kobe's with the ball. Lob under to Shaq. Shaq dunk. Perfect pass from Kobe Bryant. Great execution by Shaq.
Or either Shaq comes with the jab, and then you follow with the Kobe knockout.
He's dribbling the ball. He knows what's going on in his 28th birthday. Under to Kobe. Those two have complimented each other as well as any two Laker players in history.
But it wasn't just the combo. It was the constant flow of a ball that lifted the Lakers. The infinite combinations possible when 5 players play as one.
We felt at that time there's no one better in the NBA, and we just took off like a bottle rocket.
Absolutely.
Who started tonight, he sat down with 12 and 7. It's jump on his first game. Wow, that is a sensational 3-on-2, Kobe Bryant. Look at that jam. Wow. Just going right up. Oh. Isley tonight has 8 points. We're going to call it for us in just a moment. What are we going to see?
You know, you really like his talent. He's quick rebound. Now you can see at 6'6", this guy's got some talent. He had the range factor that you always have to guard against, but he also has the ability to.
Good luck.
All the way to the rack. Watch his spin move.
Malone providing the screen and Kobe with the jump hook. Followed by Hartford.
York Studios along with Isaiah Thomas.
Came out with a statement. Celtics with 25 on the floor right now. We see him on the right side.
Just inside of 6:20 remaining. Handoff to Kobe. Oh! Handoff from Shaquille to Kobe, and you talk about spectacular. Wow, dude, I like this. I really like it.
Oh, look
Picked up by Kobe for the slam. Oh! Big time. Big time.
Ball is in to start. He's a good shooter.
And Kobe Bryant says everybody's too small to handle this one as he windmills his dunks as the Lakers lead on the World Champion Lakers Basketball Network.
In the first round of the playoffs, the Lakers' regular season confidence carried over. But against the backdrop of their past failures, they were all too aware of the hazards of postseason play.
We knew that there were going to be some tests, and we know being the best team in the regular season, the tests were going to be very hard. We knew that every team wanted to make history by beating us. We knew that every team was going to be up for us.
You love the playoffs because your star players come to the front. That's what this is all about.
Kobe spins in, left baseline shot is in. Boy, was he under control on that one.
As the Lakers pour it on.
Picked up by O'Neal, 3-on-1. Put it up!
It's all working right now for the Lakers.
And the Lakers, at least through 2 games, look unbeatable.
3-0. It's so easy to lose at home and just have a vacation. We feel good, baby. We're going back to LA.
That's right. And the Lakers face adversity for the first time in the playoffs. And we'll see how they respond.
They failed dramatically in this first test. So now, the pressure's there. Can we win on our home court?
With nothing in their experience as a team to fall back on, the Lakers only had their trust in each other to cling to.
That's it now. Game's on the line. You're down 1.
13 seconds left. You need a point to tie. You need 2 to win the game. What is historic way to repeat a finish this one? Kobe down the middle, in the air, shows up a... Oh, he made it! 2.5 seconds left.
And the Lakers have taken a 2-0 lead in the best-of-7 Western semifinal.
I think after game 2, we had a little bit more confidence that we could pull any game out, we could pull out of any situation.
I think the city's been waiting for this moment, just like I've been waiting for this moment. We have an opportunity to do something that hasn't been done for, I think, 10, 11 years. So I'm sure the city is pumped up.
Yeah! We're number 1. It's the beginning of a Laker dynasty, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very pleasant good evening to you from the beautiful Staples Center, Los Angeles, California. Tonight, the real season begins. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Indiana Pacers vying for the NBA championship of 1999-2000.
Go Lakers! Number 1, baby!
I'm here. All I got to do now is get that ring.
It's the Hoosiers against Hollywood.
The Lakers are matched against one of their old rivals, Larry Bird.
This is the ultimate. This is where it's at.
Just looking up, seeing the NBA Finals banners, and seeing NBA Finals on the floor, NBA Finals 2000 on your jerseys. It's a great feeling. It kind of feels like you're just dreaming, really.
And the 2000 NBA Finals are just about set to begin.
Kobe Bryant, but let's see how the Lakers match up against the Pacers.
Miller's on Bryant. Kobe to the baseline. Here's his turnaround to tie the game.
What a tough shot.
Here's Bryant. And now Harper. Looking for Shaq, who takes it in deep. And you can't stop that.
Well, if you're going to let him get it that deep, you cannot let him foul. Get the basket and the foul.
Kobe Bryant.
You can have no shot blocking, and the Lakers know that. Remember now when they played against Portland, you had some long, rangy athletes back there changing shots. Just right to the basket for Kobe.
Miller against Harper. To the baseline, the running one-hander is blocked by O'Neal, and he recovers it as well. Out to Bryant. Kobe pulls up and hits.
The presence of Shaquille O'Neal, that's why Spitz has got to make jump shots.
Late in the fourth quarter of their miraculous comeback in Game 7 on Sunday against Portland, the two hooked up for one of the most memorable plays in Laker history.
I was telling him all night, drop it off, drop it off. So that play, he was coming to the lane after he crossed Scotty up and we caught eye contact, and he just threw it up where I live at.
I felt like we put our stamp and we made our mark in the league. Because other players around the league are watching. And they saw what took place. They know me and Shaq have a connection, and I think the thing that people feared the most has occurred.
Points for Rick Smits in 18 minutes on the floor. Kobe between two defenders.
Mark Jackson's got to step in there and trap him and force him to kick. That's a loose ball foul on Shaq. That'll be number 6. What a big play!
That's it.
Kobe is going to try to attack.
Shaking on Miller and hitting a two-point basket. He was just inside the line. The Laker lead is 3 again.
How about the poise of this young guy? Give themselves a chance to take the lead, and Kobe is going to go to work again.
Here he is over Jackson. How good is this kid?
Well, now Mark Jackson is in playing because you got one to give. They won't shoot free throws.
Shaw running one-hander, followed in by Kobe Bryant.
Again, offensive rebound.
The Lakers have a 3-1 lead.
Short from being right in the center of the basket. The Lakers prevail, and Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal were unbelievable when they needed to be tonight.
Kobe had 28, 8 of them in overtime. Here he is with Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Bob. Kobe, while Indiana kept talking about this being the most important game of the entire season, you guys were thinking the same thing in your locker room.
Well, in our mind, this is the championship. So we came out, played with effort. We knew they were going to come out with a lot of energy. We just wanted to keep it close and make a nice little run.
Now, going down the stretch, Shaq goes down, all of a sudden you step up. These are the kind of moments that you look for, aren't they?
Yeah, when Shaq fouled out, my mind state was, this game just became an awful lot more interesting than it was. And it was just fun for me. I laughed about it. Just went out and played relaxed as if I was in the backyard.
Now tell me about the ankle injury. I know that's something that's been bothering you. At halftime, you told me it was hurting you a lot.
Swinging into Kobe for 3.
Excellent ball movement out of the double team.
They let him. O'Neal, double team, scores anyway.
Just a little extra power there.
Kobe Bryant showed Reggie Miller a little bit of everything and then drilled the jumper. Will it be Robert Horry? No, he gives it up to O'Neal. He went for .1 rather than .2.
I think that's a good move, though. You've got it going right now with Mark Jackson. Stay with what's working.
O'Neal hits the hook. He's got 10.
3 right now. The Pacers playing with tremendous confidence.
O'Neal.
Don't quiet you. A Lakers score here would be huge going in at halftime.
Especially if it's a 3. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, double team, looking for help. Forces up the fadeaway. My gosh.
What a shot. Not only did he lose control of the ball, he was actually trapped there. And you talk about confidence. Now, he has not shot the ball well tonight, but he knows that clock is winding down. Look at it. He's buried. No place to go. The ball is knocked loose. Picks it up. The foul on the wrist. The concentration, the opportunity.
The hands of Kobe Bryant. Kobe into traffic. Hands it to O'Neal. Count the basket plus the foul.
What the Lakers are able to do with Kobe Bryant, job defending against the triangle, but they cannot keep Kobe Bryant in front of him. Look at this spectacular pass. He gets in the air, splits 3 defenders. Shaquille O'Neal catches it and finishes it. He's going to have an opportunity now to go to the line. Side, will they go back to it?
Lakers had tied it with 7 unanswered points.
And his little brother, Kobe Bryant, is going to square it up. We saw this in Indiana. Game late, he pulls up and buries the jumper to give him a 6-point lead. The Laker fans are tasting it. They're getting close to the championship.
Timeout, Indiana.
Bob, even if you shoot a 3, you catch it while the ball is in the air, the clock will go off. They're one free throw away right now from being the champions.
If he misses them both, the Pacers have a timeout left. That's not going to happen.
Remember yesterday we spoke to Kobe Bryant, and I asked him, I said, Kobe, you're a dreamer. And he said, yes, and I'm going to dream that I'm going to be holding that trophy tomorrow night. Well, it looks like he's going to get his wish.
In 2.5 seconds, it appears he will. The Pacers, struggling to the last, use their last timeout.
Jackson looking to throw it in against Shaq. Reggie turns and pumps it up off the rim, and the Lakers are the 2000 NBA champions. The 2 old rivals, Magic and Larry. Ahmad is with Kobe.
All right, thanks, Bob. Kobe, the other night you had a dream, and it happened to come through tonight.
Yeah, it came true tonight. We worked so hard. It was a hard-fought game, and we finally got a championship, and it feels great.
Now, for your 21 years, you said you've always dreamed of winning a championship. Is it what you dreamed of?
Oh, it's everything and more. I mean, you have the Laker colors falling from the ceiling, the fans are going crazy. I got the hat on and everything, covering my throat. It feels great.
Now, if you had to think of one thing that really got you guys over the hump, that really pushed you to this point, what would have been this season?
It's just determination, and PJ did an excellent job. Him and his coaching staff, and Shaq was marvelous all season long, and our bench was great, and we just pulled it all together.
In a game like tonight, where you had to go away from the triangle in the second half to break down the defense, that's what you had to do.
Yeah, we just had to break them down. That's all. I was just creating, similar to the Game 4 situation. I was just penetrating, creating, getting to the gaps. Robert Ory made some big shots. Fox hit a big 3, and we won the game.
No feeling quite like this, is it?
Woo, I love it. I can't wait to do it again.
Dynasty. This is the next one right here. This is it, fellas. We work all year long for it, man. Shaq the man, most dominant player in the world. Championship, it's ours.
Just going through what we went through this year, the bond that we formed with one another, because all the adversity, all the struggles that we went through, we had a chance where we could cave in. Instead, we decided to pull together and come out of this thing even stronger than we were.
Our community that we create is a well-knit group. We joke around with each other, we laugh at each other, we stick up for each other.
In June 2000, the Lakers conquered the NBA, powered by the fusion of the game's 2 brightest stars.
Kobe on the move. Lounge for O'Neal.
Together, they seemed to make the Lakers unbeatable. At 28, Shaquille O'Neal was the league's MVP. And at 21, Kobe Bryant was fast becoming the league's best all-around player.
Yeah, get a look at the dynasty. This is the next one right here.
It wasn't just about winning a championship.
It was about creating a dynasty and creating something that, you know, other teams can't really even speak about.
I can retire now and quit now. Whatever you want to do. I'll be back next year.
You know, obviously, the Bulls were able to do it in the 90s and the Lakers in the 80s and Celtics in the 60s, but it's a new time and it's a new millennium, and we wanted to be the basketball team and the basketball organization to kind of start the NBA legacies over.
But after the celebration, the Lakers would learn that being a champion demands more from a team than just winning a championship. The 2001 Lakers arrived at training camp as a changed team. The roster had a new look. Horace Grant supplanted Laker veteran A.C. Green at power forward. And in a move considered risky for team chemistry, the erratic Isaiah Ryder was signed to replace Glenn Rice, the team's third leading scorer during 2000. One of the Lakers' inspirational leaders, Derek Fisher, was lost to injury. But the most important change was the loss of harmony between Shaq and Kobe, who came to training camp with the same goal, but opposite visions of how to achieve it.
Shaq had kind of told her, you know, really take it easy. This has been a long season. You put a lot of energy in. You put a lot of minutes on the floor. Your body needs to really heal. And, you know, don't worry about working out. Come back in September and start getting ready for the year. And he did. He came back about September 28th and started getting ready for the year instead of September 1st.
In Shaq's defense, it was the first time he was champion, and it was the first time he was able to relax for once in his career and enjoy a basketball moment.
While the battle-weary veteran used the offseason to recharge, his youthful teammate was working to fulfill his lofty personal goals.
Kobe never took one breath, literally, from the championship till beginning of October, end of September. He'd been moving his game up. He wanted to come out and annihilate everybody.
His goals were set much higher than one championship, much higher than the level of play he played at the year before.
When the season started, it was clear that Kobe would no longer be satisfied to be known as a supreme talent. He wouldn't rest until he was known as the best player in the league.
What a steal by Kobe. Going to the rack. Woo-hoo.
Runway 8, you are clear for takeoff.
He says, you're not going to stop me. You can't even contain me.
That is where you do the comparisons with Jordan.
Kobe Bryant, no one in the league playing better.
But Kobe's personal ascent seemed to leave his teammates flat. The delicate chemistry achieved during the Lakers' championship run was lost, and no one took the change to heart more than Shaquille O'Neal.
I think Shaq struggled with the fact that Kobe came back so determined and so hungry to show that he had grown as an individual player.
Kobe was just, just trying to do too much. And, when you're that good, you can do too much. But when you play on a team, it shouldn't have to be that hard.
The team's problems came to a head when Kobe exploded for 51 points at Golden State, but failed to produce a win.
Kobe has become a one-man arsenal.
He was trying to help us win so desperately, and he got so many points. He played such a brilliant game, and he carried it just the one step or two too far.
They knock it loose. They take it away from him. Turnover.
He shot a couple air balls down the stretch.
Throw it into Shaq. Back to Kobe. The three on the way.
And it kind of exacerbated the situation we were in, that, he was trying to win it all by himself a lot of nights.
People wanted me to just kind of level off my play and not improve and just do the same thing I did last year. And I'm not going to do that. I work too hard, and I improve as a basketball player every day, and I want to show that I improve.
I've never been the one to get into whose team it is, who's this and who's that. But when everything went through me, the outcome was good. It was 67-15, playing with enthusiasm. The city was jumping up and down. We had a parade and everything. And now we're 23-11, so you figure it out.
The tension between the two superstars was destroying the fabric of the team.
The things going on, I guess, with Kobe and Shaq were well documented, but it was too much focus put on that. And I think, for a lot of us as members of the team, we kind of stepped back and also started paying attention to that a lot instead of really being held accountable for what we could do to help the team.
What had begun as a championship saga had become the league's leading soap opera.
It was just like, well, either we're going to figure it out, come out on top, or we're just going to hit rock bottom. You know, it was just either way. And there's nothing anybody could say or do to try to stop that from happening. It was going to be our decision whether we're going to pull through this adversity or it's going to crush us.
The Lakers were out of answers and running low on hope. After 60 games, the return of Derek Fisher restored a sense of order on the court. But it was something unexpected that made the Lakers rediscover their sense of purpose. In late March, an injury forced Kobe out of the lineup. During his 9-game absence, the Lakers found themselves playing as a team, and they were winning. No one noticed more than Kobe.
During the period of time that Kobe set out, we had to change our style back to where Shaq had the dominant space on the floor, and when we got to that, we executed very well. And I think that when Kobe came back, it was really his impression that I'm going to come back and I'm going to make this transition into this team.
Here's Kobe with the ball. Kobe in the no look pass, Kobe Bryant.
He made, I think, a conscious decision to trust his teammates more, to be a playmaker.
Bounce underneath to the baseline of Kobe. Nice pass to Grant, who scores. An unselfish play by Kobe.
Being a great player ain't about scoring 40 every night, dunking on somebody every night, doing this, doing that. It's not about that. It's about making everybody else better.
Oh, beautiful behind the back. Shot assisted by Kobe.
Once they got on the same page, just like everyone followed and everyone just jumped on and we just glued and gelled together.
With Kobe back, the Lakers were reborn as the team they had been trying to become all along.
A ruthless way to put it, but we absolutely want to cut their hearts out. Absolutely.
Through 6 playoff games, Kobe had bottled up his game for the good of the team. In Game 4 in Sacramento, he finally exploded.
They better guard Kobe.
Kobe takes it to the rim. Spectacular shot by Kobe Bryant.
And Shaq loves it.
With Shaq in foul trouble, Kobe knew it was time to demand the ball himself.
Over to Kobe, one-on-one and Christie, isolated right side, elevate, shoots. Count the bucket, he's fouled. And he tells the crowd to hush here at Arco Arena.
They have a good crowd up there, and the crowd gets involved in the game. They like to talk trash, so I started drawing back and started drawing with some of the players and found the groove by doing that.
Lakers trying to sweep the Kings without Shaquille O'Neal.
Bryant around Christie. Oh, facial served up on Vlade Divac.
Bryant with it, angles to the baseline, drop step spin between two defenders, and he sends in a Marseille shot.
Kobe Bryant, 48 points, 16 rebounds, an amazing performance.
The Lakers were chasing history and chasing away their demons. 7-0 in the playoffs, a perfect run of 15 looking less like a fantasy with every win.
I think right now we have a certain swagger about ourselves because we're the defending champions and we're on a 15-game winning streak right now. So I think there's naturally more confidence, you know, to feel like we can pull out of any situation.
The conference finals would be the Lakers' chance to erase a bitter playoff memory. In 1999, the San Antonio Spurs had humiliated the Lakers in the final games ever played at the Forum.
And the San Antonio Spurs have swept aside the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference semifinals. And they did it convincingly.
The Forum is shut down. I feel great because the Forum is shut down for the last time.
The Spurs felt the Lakers' 2000 title was tainted because Tim Duncan hadn't been healthy. And with Duncan back, they had the league's best record in 2001.
If you ask me, is there bad blood? No question. They're not our favorite team, and we're not their favorite team.
San Antonio was a team, when they won, they embarrassed us, you know, they swept us. So Kobe had that in his mind. I had that in my mind.
No longer concerned with proving who was the best individual, the Lakers set out to prove they were the best team.
Man pass off the dribble from our corner. Bryant challenging Ferry. It counts, and the foul.
In Game 1, Kobe carried the load.
Kobe Bryant with the beautiful fadeaway. I don't know how you defend that.
With every defensive adjustment the Spurs made, Kobe countered with another level of creativity.
Oh, what a shot. He rolled that off those beautiful fingertips.
Kobe's got this intensive, competitive drive, and he doesn't back down. He always loves those challenges.
Underneath Kobe, slam dunk. Woo! Incredible, unbelievable, impossible.
Indefensible. Kobe had scored 93 points in back-to-back road victories.
I told Kobe today he was my idol. He's playing. No, I'm serious. He's playing phenomenal. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I think he's the best player in the league by far.
2 seasons earlier, Tim Duncan was making that same claim, and in Game 2, he tried to make the case again.
Now Duncan has it left the lane against Grant to the baseline, gets inside and lays it in.
Tim Duncan is on a mission.
Clock spinning away. Tim Duncan rejected it with authority. And the Alamo Dome is rocking. Corner on the drive got shut off. Underneath to Duncan for the power jam with the right hand.
The Lakers were being outplayed for the first time in the 2001 playoffs. And for the first time, they looked rattled.
Phil Jackson's been thrown out of the game.
How about that one?
And the Lakers might be losing their composure a little bit.
Everything seemed to be going against us in that game. We had Phil getting ejected. San Antonio was playing on top of their game, hitting all the shots. Crowd was behind them, it was like 36,000 people.
That our leader had just been exiled from the game, and we felt even more challenged to go out and to finish the Spurs off in that second game.
How will the Lakers play now? This is the first adversity they've had in the series.
Although they hadn't brought their best game with them, the Lakers reduced the contest to a battle of wills. With increasing determination and confidence, they hammered away at the Spurs lead.
Powers up with a hook, and a rebound battle on the floor, finally grabbed by O'Neal, and he slammed it in.
After Jackson's ejection, the Lakers went on a 9-2 run. The players had sensed their own peril, and the lessons of a long season helped them to fight their way out of danger.
A three, right down the middle.
You can see the visible increased intensity of the Lakers.
We definitely wanted to come back and show them that we're the champs and we deserve to be the champs, and this is why we deserve to be the champs.
Shaq comes outside to Bryant. He's open. He shoots for three. Good.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant connecting. They have dealt a severe and perhaps fatal blow to the Spurs championship hopes. Man.
In the Eastern Conference, the Philadelphia 76ers had taken everybody's best shot all season long and were the last team standing in the end. Like the Lakers, they had flowered during the season as a team. And in the playoffs, league MVP Allen Iverson had captivated the basketball world.
Iverson against Williams again. Yes! Out of foul!
In winning the East, Iverson proved himself to be more than a scorer. He had become a leader and had his team believing they could become champions.
Shaw from downtown to bring the Lakers within one. Iverson from way downtown. Allen Iverson with 41 points.
Now, I said they were wearing him down. He was getting tired, right? So
Yes.
he should not be able to make that kind of shot.
Bryant, played by Bell. He's done a good job. Shot clock at 3. Here's Kobe Bryant. And the game is tied at 92.
Who is going to score for Philadelphia now? If Allen Iverson can't place down in this game, but Lou has done a great job with help from his teammates.
Bryant trying to shake off snow. Here's Bryant. The Lakers take a 94-92 lead. Lead at 96 to 94. Kobe Bryant off the spin. Did not get it. But he will take it. Kobe only 6 of 20, 13 points, but he's given his club a 4-point advantage. A minute and a half remaining in this overtime. Here's Lou.
Bad shot there at that time of the game.
The 76ers with the ball down by 1. Iverson for 3. Yes! Allen Iverson has given the Sixers a 101-99 lead.
See, Lou took the bad shot, fell out of the play. Nobody got to Iverson.
For the 76ers. Iverson. Bothered by Lou. Iverson. Yes.
How about that?
And steps over Tyronn Lue.
7 straight points by Iverson. Look,
40 seconds left in overtime. Bryant played well by Bell. Very low. Able to convert.
Mark, the biggest question is going to be, how are the Lakers going to respond to this? They have been almost invincible. They have, like you said, waltzed through the playoffs. Nobody has been able to dent their psyche. Well, tonight, the Sixers come in, win this game on the road to steal the home court.
The Laker mindset going into tonight.
I think they're going to have tremendous energy, and I think what you're going to see is what we saw in Game 1 against San Antonio. Maybe a lot of screen rolls with Kobe and Shaq, making Mutombo show out, getting Kobe to the basket, or Kobe running down in that post and trying to post up. Aaron McKee is so important to this team. I think they're going to find out early how mobile he really is. Got to be feeling much better, Mark.
Here's Kobe with his first. Kobe Bryant went 52 minutes in Game 1.
He will not stop shooting, and he must keep shooting because his teammates expect those shots.
Shot clock at 5. Shaquille O'Neal with his first field goal.
Brings that ball off the back of the rim.
Beautiful move by Kobe Bryant to set up the short jumper. Fox got hit in the head. Served up for Iverson, but off the mark. Rick Fox is hurt. Here's Bryant. Yes. Over the other line, Rick Fox landed.
Nice jump shot.
McKee rejected the penetration. Bryant. So Kobe is 4 for 7, 10 points, and the Sixers.
Well, I think in that triangle offense, he knows where his cutters and his players are. He feels very familiar where the double teams are coming from.
Back comes Bryant. Kobe going 1 on 2. So Shaq has 11. And the Sixer lead is now 3.
Now this is the patience that Phil Jackson wants from Kobe Bryant. Survey the floor, penetrate, find Shaq, and that is a very, very high percentage shot. But again, probe the defense, bring everybody to you, and then drop it off with a beautiful no-look pass and a powerful finish. And the hand you hear now is...
Surgery, recovery. Here's Iverson with the shot clock running down. Shaw with the outlet. The key back for Bryant.
When you take long jump shots, the 76ers have got to get back.
Kobe, you guys have not been in a must-win situation in an awful long time. Are you guys sensing the urgency?
It feels good. It feels good. It's a humongous challenge. They're so competitive and they play so hard, but it feels good to be tested. I think there was a certain stretch there where we're overly aggressive. I think our emotions got the best of us, but we're able to settle back in the game and start executing our offense.
They pushed it right to the brink, Marv. They had them getting very passive on offense. They turned the basketball. Look at Iverson and Kobe talking to each other right now. A lot of talking going on there right now. I think you're going to see the referee step in and separate the two players. A lot of emotion and passion.
Little exchange of trash talking, and Allen Iverson was telling the official Ronnie Nunn, Kobe Bryant started it.
What happened, first of all, with Allen Iverson right there at the end of the game?
Oh, no, it's friendly conversation, that's all. Two competitors talking.
Didn't look too friendly.
Boy, in the heat of the battle, nothing's friendly.
Kobe, let me ask you, you guys built up the big lead and the 76ers just would not go away. You said you liked the challenge, but did you get concerned down the stretch?
No, you know, they kept on coming. But we got away from our execution. We didn't do the things that got us to that point, and we just had to regroup and execute our offense.
Did your game the other night in Game 1 fuel what you did tonight to bounce back?
No, I wasn't thinking about Game 1 at all. I just wanted to come back, play hard, you know, try to help my team in any way possible, and I was able to do some positive things tonight.
Last thought, Kobe, what about going back to Philadelphia? your old home?
I don't really care. I just want to go down there and play and, try to do what it takes to win the ball game.
All right, Kobe, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you in Philadelphia. All right, thank you very much, Marv. Kobe, 20 points. You were on fire there in the second quarter. What's it like to be in a zone like that?
Well, it's just getting the rhythm. And my teammates did an excellent job finding me coming off the screens and had some easy looks.
Kobe, is the confidence and the swagger coming back after the long layoff?
Well, I would just say we're just finding our rhythm again. After having 9 days off, it's tough to come back and have your rhythm, but we're starting to find the flow of the game again.
All right, Kobe, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Marv, he loves the road. We'll see what happens in the second half. Back to you.
Yes, he does. Kobe with 16 of his 20 points in the second quarter. But thought his team looked tired the other night. Lack of energy on the part of Adam Iverson. Kobe Bryant, 11 of 18. He has 22 points.
It looked like he was bottled up.
Shaq up the high post. Beautiful touch by Shaquille O'Neal.
Somebody else get it.
All right, here's Bryant, able to unleash. Yes! Oh, sensational shot by Kobe Bryant. Lakers say, why not a three?
Question is, who on the Lakers wants the basketball right now other than Kobe? Force Kobe to try to do everything here, Marv.
And Kobe, 2 for his last 15, being defended by Raja Bell. Bryant checking the clock. Once again, you see the contact by both players. Here's Kobe to the rim with the runner. Kobe Bryant with a clutch shot. And the Lakers lead 89-85.
Kobe, you struggled a bit in the second half, 3 for 16, but you made a big shot down the stretch.
Yeah, well, that's what teammates are for, man. They really stepped up, and Robert came in and did an excellent job. He hit a humongous shot for us, and we were able to come out here with a win.
You were 10 of 16 in the first half. How did you have the confidence? Because when Shaq went out, you told your teammates, I want the ball, and then you made that big basket.
Well, my legs got so tired. And, I just pretty much started coasting a little bit and let my teammates carry the burden. And, when it came down for a pressure situation, I was trying to save my legs for that moment, and it worked out well.
And then you saved your legs. Tell us about the big defensive stop that you had on Iverson right down there at the end when he drove to the basket.
Well, I saw him coming, so, usually that's his specialty. He likes to get in the lane and shoot those little floaters, and, I had a little help from Long Arm Rob behind me.
You said this was a must-win, so you got it.
We got it.
All right, we'll see you next game. You were just 1 assist away from a triple-double. But the Sixers made a heck of a run again. You said at halftime you can't go for the jugular. Why not with this group?
Well, they keep on fighting, and they score in bunches, so, it's important for us that you remain poised when they make their run and continue to do what we do.
It seemed as though the offense was in sync tonight, but can you talk about the great disparity in threes, you guys? I think you made 9 more than the 76ers did.
No, I love you. Well, what we did was just...
Say that again?
I love you, Kobe. Well, all we did was just threw the ball in the shack and let them double team, and, when they collapsed their defense, we just kick it out to our shooters, and everybody was making shots.
No team has ever come back, Shaq, from a 3-1 deficit. Is this series over?
For us, we're just focusing on one more win. We've been in this situation last year. We had a lot of scary moments. This year, we wanted to just come and take care of business all the time. We let one game slip away, so for us, it's just focusing on getting one win, and we're going to try to do that on Friday.
Have you learned a lesson from what happened last year in Indiana? You had a great game, and then you guys came out and lost by 30 points on the next attempt.
I don't think we learned a lesson. I think it was a learning experience for us, and for us, it's just one more win.
You love him as well?
All right, right back at him, man. Right back at him.
A love fest. Who would have ever thought that? Back to you, Marv.
The Lakers with a 50-46 lead. Here's Bryant.
Oh, what a spectacular play. Marv, he fumbled the ball, but his footwork was brilliant to turn and hit that shot.
All right, thank you very much, Marv. I spoke to Kobe Bryant. He said that the team played their worst half in the final since the first half of Game 1. He said we're still up 4 at the half. He said we didn't shoot very well, only 38%. We're still up by 4. He says we got to keep our heads together. Let's not allow the emotion of the building and the 76ers to take over, and we need to keep them off the offensive boards. I'm very happy with our position considering the way we played.
How much this means to him winning the series here in his hometown. hometown, Philadelphia. Grew up in the suburbs, Lower Merion. As you know, as a one-time member of the Philadelphia 76ers, he literally grew up across the way in the hallways of the Spectrum. Field, Grant, Fox up front. Shot clock at 5. Kobe able to recover. Rebounded by Grant. Horace Grant overshoots, but Bryant able to come away with it.
Wow. Kobe Bryant. Mark, what hustle. Missed his first 3 shots of the quarter. He just wanted that ball and got it back and was able to knock it down. What a
points. 2 of the 3 previous series against Portland and Sacramento were clinched on the road. They have gone 7-0 on the road in this playoff run, and Kobe Bryant beginning to feel it. Just looking to run it down. That's the way it's gone for the Lakers, who finished with a 15-1 run. The best all-time playoff winning percentage in the history of the league.
Jackson congratulating the various teams. He went over a sign of respect to Dikembe Mutombo, but what a moment. I can't even imagine. Phil Jackson, 8 championships. What he has done as a coach, this team, they have responded. What a moment for the city of Los Angeles.
A great team right now. Any predictions for next year?
I will wait till October to make those predictions.
All right, we have Kobe Bryant back, and Kobe, congratulations for a second time. What's it like to finally achieve this dream here in Philadelphia, something you had wanted your entire life in your home city?
Well, it was nice to come back to Philadelphia and play in a place where I kind of hone my competitive skills. And I joked around a lot with the city of Philadelphia as far as me being an LA boy, this, that, and the other. But it was fun to come back to Philly and play for the championship.
You're 22 years old. You've won 2 of these. Does this mean more than the first one?
The first one is always very special because you're proving to people that you can do it. The second one is like you're proving that it's not a fluke. The series against San Antonio, 2 champions going head up and winning back-to-back definitely feels great.
Considering everything that you have been through this year, Kobe, do you consider this some form of a relief? And did you almost have your spirit broken at your lowest point?
Well, I had so much going on outside of the game of basketball that people didn't know about, and it just felt good to pull through the season, to come through with another championship. It definitely feels good.
Can you tell us what some of that was now? Are you willing to discuss that?
No, not really. I mean, it was just, it was hard, but without stress, there's no progress.
When you went out for 11 games, did that give you an opportunity to gather yourself and to come back with a different focus and to try and put everything that had gone on in front of you behind you?
Well, I think having the time off really helped me put things in perspective and to find out what's important in my life. Basketball, yes, it's a big part of my life, but it's not the thing. And I was able to focus on the game. A lot of the credit goes to my wife for not only putting up with but supporting my work ethic. Because I work all day consistently, and she supported me, and a lot of credit goes to her.
Final thought, Jerry West. I know he's meant an awful lot to you. He's not a part of this celebration. How instrumental was he in patching things up with you and Shaq?
Well, Jerry was just, he's an inspiration, period. He's the NBA logo for crying out loud. But no, Jerry's always been there for me from day one. And, we had a conversation during the season, and he helped me put things in perspective from the game standpoint. And Shaq and I patched things up and went out there and, won another title.
Kobe, congratulations. We appreciate your time. Great year.
Thank you. Can I go celebrate now?
Absolutely, you can. Go get some celebration. We're going to have a lot more coming up here from the First Union Center. The Los Angeles Lakers have now won back-to-back championships, their 13th championship overall. We'll be back.
Kobe, congratulations to you. You now become the youngest man at 23 to win 3 titles. How does that grab you? What does that represent to you?
That's it's a blessing. I've been blessed and I've been fortunate to play with a great organization. To be the youngest player ever to win 3, that's it's an incredible accomplishment.
Did you have a feeling when you beat the Sacramento Kings that you guys had won the championship?
No, the feeling that we had is, we had a lot of momentum, obviously. We were starting to play well together, offensively and defensively. We felt like we were going to finals with a lot of momentum.
How is it that you manage in the fourth quarter to kind of turn things on, that you kind of glided at least in the first 3 quarters in this series, in the fourth quarter you just were the man who closed the hatch?
The fourth quarter is, when the game's on the line. So even though, I might not be shooting the ball, extremely well, the fourth quarter I can turn it up a little bit.
And what about this guy right here, the man who saved the season? What are your thoughts about Robert Horry when he made that shot in Game 4?
Big shot, Rob. He knocks it down. The game's on the line. He gets his kickstand going. You can count it. That's buckets. He's not going to miss that.
You wore the number 23 in here tonight representing Michael Jordan in your jersey parade. Why?
You can't have a collection of jerseys and not have MJ in it. That doesn't make any sense.
Kobe, thank you for all your cooperations. Congratulations.
You got it.
Kobe, your love's a sword, slicing gently through my body, burn so sweet. Blood boils when you speak, makes me weak, but I refuse to weep. Yet when I sleep, I feel tears trickling down my cheek. Stay strong, pride telling me move on. My heart's fighting me, forcing me to hold on. Yours forever, fell for you beyond measure, pure as ever, unfazed by sins of treasure.
Those that don't know, yes, I had a budding music career as a rapper. It didn't last long, but I did make a video. And on the video set is where I first met Vanessa. I wasn't some big time basketball player at the time either, so it was like, you know, it's a pleasure to meet you. It was a 2-day video shoot, and I was always looking for her. Like, I wanted to know where she was. You know, I would finish the take and then go to my trailer, but I wonder where she is the entire time, and then come out of the trailer and just want to talk to her some more in between takes and stuff like that. And she wrote a phone number down at the time where you had to still write phone numbers down. And I called her the very next day, and we talked for hours. She was just beautiful. We literally did everything together. And I thought I was a big dork because I loved Disneyland. I loved the Disney movies and things like that, but I never really had a chance to go to the park much. And she was a big Disney fan too. And we used to hang out at Disneyland. We used to go to Magic Mountain. She became my best friend, you know? And for me, it was very different to have somebody that I was so close to, because I had been so used to growing up in isolation, really, and moving around from place to place, and making new friends all the time. So I never really opened up to anybody because I knew I was just going to inevitably move. But now, you know, being in Los Angeles and feeling like I'm going to be a Laker for the rest of my life, and I just met this beautiful woman that I just see the world the same way with. We decided to get married. I proposed. She said yes. We're both so young, right? So I'd wake up and I'd go train and I'd come back and she'd still be in the bed sleeping like 18-year-olds do, man. She'd be asleep till like 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, man. And then I lay down with her and I'd go to sleep again too. And then, you know, we'd wake up and just, you know, do what kids do. I'd take her to the batting cage. We'd go hit some balls, like, and we play miniature golf. You know, we go to the movies. We go out to eat. It was a beautiful time, man. When we had Natalia, it was like such a beautiful moment. You know, because we were starting our own family. And I found so much enjoyment in just being with our baby girl. You know, it was great. And you putting together the nursery and, you know, the crib and all those weird baby Einstein, baby Mozart videos where you kind of just hypnotizing your kid. Like, we went through all of that stuff, and when you're young, you really have the tendency to think about your own personal journey. And for us, it was about taking two young people and trying to figure out our journey together. and try to grow together, which is a challenge. But when you have a kid, then it becomes even bigger than that, because now you have responsibility of this little life that you have to mold.
It may be hard for him to complain. He has a $71 million contract with the Lakers,
Roll, please.
plus millions more for advertising endorsements. Madison Avenue loves his winning personality and even found a way to put his fluent Italian to use.
Adesso la palla è mia.
Dove vai? Dammi la palla. Questa è la mia casa.
All this has made him one of the highest paid 22-year-olds in the world. Recently, he bought a new toy.
I always wanted a Ferrari ever since I was a little kid. And it's kind of an opportunity to kind of splurge.
It's a Ferrari Modena. This is how he commutes to the Laker training facility in L.A. Kobe Bryant lived with his parents until last year, about the time he became engaged to Vanessa Lane. They met 2 years ago when she was only 17.
You start introducing yourself. And
you know, I tap on her shoulder, she turns around, and I say, "Excuse me, what's your name?" She said, "Vanessa." You know, my eyes got real big, and it was just like.
There was no one before her.
Mm-mm.
I mean, why? You would have thought there had been 15 before Vanessa.
No.
Was it the fact that you've been waiting for the right one, or?
She was just it. She was just the one.
They got married just a few weeks ago as the playoffs were starting. Now he and the Lakers are both playing their best basketball of the season and seem destined for another NBA championship. If so, it will be a championship fueled not just by strategy or by star power, but also by a 22-year-old single-minded love of the game.
I'm very, very fortunate to be in this position.
You're playing the sport you love?
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Just 2 years after this piece first aired, a 19-year-old hotel employee in Colorado accused Kobe Bryant of rape. He admitted having sex with a woman, but insisted it was consensual. In the summer of 2004, the charges were dismissed after the alleged rape victim refused to testify. She and Bryant reached an undisclosed settlement of a civil suit 6 months later. But the charges and Kobe's response to them became an issue for the Lakers as the team struggled to handle their golden boy turned liability. The media frenzy heightened tensions that had always existed between Kobe and his teammate and co-superstar Shaquille O'Neal, and between Kobe and his zen but outspoken coach, Phil Jackson.
Kobe Bryant is innocent of the charges that were filed against him today. He stands falsely accused of an extremely serious crime, a crime that carries with it the potential of a life sentence. No prosecutor should file charges unless the evidence is so strong that the case can be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. The evidence in this case falls far, far short of that standard. The accusations in this case cannot be proven because they are false. Kobe Bryant did not assault his accuser. Kobe Bryant will plead not guilty. He will request that this case be tried to a Colorado jury. His defense is that what happened on June 30th in Eagle County was a sexual encounter between two consenting adults. He had no reason to believe otherwise. The physical evidence in this case totally supports his belief. His actions since these accusations were made have been those of an innocent man. He has cooperated fully with every demand, every request made of the Sheriff's Office and the District Attorney's Office. We do not intend to discuss the facts and the evidence of this case because we do not intend to try this case in the press. We intend to try this case to a Colorado jury, and we are confident that a fair and impartial jury will find that Kobe Bryant is innocent.
I'm innocent. You know? I didn't force her to do anything against her will. I'm innocent. No. I sit here in front of you guys furious at myself. Disgusted at myself for making a mistake of adultery. I love my wife with all my heart. Backbone. You're a blessing. You're the beats in my heart. You're the air I breathe. You're the strongest person I know. And I'm so sorry having to put you through this, having to put our family through this. You know, I'm a human being. I'm a man just like everybody else. I mourn. Cry, just like everybody else. And I sit here before you guys embarrassed and ashamed for committing adultery. Go through the feeling of if I could just turn back the hands of time. I love my wife so much. She's so special to me. But I'm innocent. And together, my wife and I, and our family, we're going to fight these false accusations. We have a lot at stake. I have a lot at stake, and that's not just, has nothing to do with the game of basketball. It has nothing to do with endorsements. Nothing at all. You know, this is about us. This is about our family. I've been falsely accused of something. I'm innocent.
shoulder to shoulder. We're going to fight this all the way to the end. And I appreciate everybody out there for your support. And we're going to need your support and prayers now more than ever. Thank you.
They're going to win the middle 3 games, something that no team has done at home since they went back to a 2-3-2 format in '85. There was actually a time in the mid-'50s, believe it or not, when a home team won all 3 games in the middle. It was the Pistons. They were in Fort Wayne, but of all crazy things, they played those games in Indianapolis and beat the Syracuse Nationals.
And the last team to win an Eastern champion, and he was from the East, without Phil Jackson being involved, with the Detroit Pistons in 1990.
Rick Fox ending the game hunched over his former teammate Lindsey Hunter and congratulating him as the clock ticks down. And the Detroit Pistons, wow, who won the NBA championship in '89 and '90, and the crazies just have to stop blowing up stuff in indoor buildings before we have a disaster. Thank you, Commissioner. But the Detroit Pistons have just shocked the Los Angeles Lakers. 100-87 to win the NBA title. The number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. And for the Lakers, it truly will be the end of a particular era. Living in an apartment, back and forth they go. For Kobe Bryant, the biggest of question marks, of course, for him.
Yes.
If you take his career and you divide it up basically in the numbers that he wore, he had 2 Hall of Fame careers. So it's only right that you need to retire both numbers.
Kobe, Kobe, Kobe.
Just an epic performance by Kobe Bryant.
The Black Mamba strikes again.
Kobe Bryant came into the NBA as a 17-year-old kid. But former Lakers general manager Jerry West said he knew from the moment he saw him work out that Kobe was special. And for the next 10 years, West watched proudly as the kid wearing number 8 grew into a champion.
Number 8 was just, he was a lot more explosive and athletic. Man, when he went to the basket, he was trying to dunk on you. He was trying to embarrass you.
Hammers it down.
Kobe and Shaq won 3 titles together, and it's hard not to wonder how many more they could have won with each other. But the Lakers felt like they had to choose between them after the 2004 season. And owner Dr. Jerry Buss picked Kobe. 2 years later, Kobe made another change.
The Lakers have notified the league Bryant will wear 24 next year.
Great players do that all the time. They want to re-challenge themselves. And I think for him, it was just changing numbers and just trying to wash away everything that he did with number 8 and see if he can duplicate it with number 24.
There were different situations, different teammates. His role was different, and he continued to reinvent himself. That's what all-time greats tend to find a way to do.
Bryant on the pull-up, punch it in. He's got that look. He's got that game.
24 was more of a thinker, a guy that played chess while the other people were playing the checkers out there.
I just saw a much more mellow Kobe. It was the first time I really seen him smile on the basketball court as much as he did. And I think he enjoyed that.
I once asked Kobe which number he preferred the Lakers to retire, 8 or 24. He paused for a minute and smiled and said, whichever number they choose, it would be hard for someone else to wear the other one.
Kobe doing it the way Kobe does it. I wouldn't put it past Kobe Bryant that he was thinking, I'm going to play 10 more years, I'm going to play number 24, I'm going to have pretty much identical numbers that I had number 8, and they're going to probably have to retire both jerseys. That's the type of guy he is.
What motivates me now more than ever is winning another championship.
For Kobe Bryant, an elusive 4th title is once again within his grasp. For Dwight Howard, a first step onto his sport's most prominent stage. Magic, Lakers, Game 1 of the NBA Finals is next on ABC.
Everything is on the line. You want to give it your all because you never know what could happen.
And the other guard is number 24, 6'6", 13th season out of Laura Marion High School, Kobe Bryant.
Games 5 and 6 in the Denver series. Bryant gets inside, tough shot, gets it to go. He's hollering for a foul.
Well, again, this is just simple basketball. Size advantage, Bryant in the post, over Courtney Lee in the help defense. Lakers, 6-0 run. Michael Jackson likes it.
Beat by 39 at the new Boston Garden, walking off the floor with green confetti falling on top of them as the Celtics celebrated such a disappointing loss. They were questioning about their toughness. We asked Kobe Bryant, are they different this year?
We're a tougher team. Much tougher team. Tougher mentally, tougher physically. I mean, we're, you know, the series that we've had with Utah, Houston, and Denver, those are three very physical teams, tough teams. And, you know, we had to overcome adversity, and particularly in that Houston and Denver series, and we managed to do that.
Bryant, Peach is right on top of him. He throws it down. Mark, you saw Kobe Bryant yesterday. He is as serious as we've seen him all season right now.
Well, off another pick and roll. Good contest by Pietrus. 10-0 run by the Lakers. Kobe, the last 6.
Kobe Bryant, deflected by Nelson. Bryant gets it right back. Falling away, tough shot, puts it in. Oh, what a shot from Kobe Bryant.
See, you should be in timeout right away. You make a shot like that, you have to go to the sideline.
Bryant pulls up again. Kobe Bryant with 16.
A little dream shake right there. Great contest by Pietrus. Better offense by Bryant. This guy, you put him in pick and roll with Gasol, that's a difficult cover.
Want to be trapped. Let me dance one-on-one with the smaller league.
Give him the first half before he picked up his third foul. Bryant, tough shot, that's good. He might be having one of those nights. He's got 22 already. Kobe Bryant, hit, count it, and one. 26 for Kobe Bryant and a chance for a three-point play.
Well, a very good screen by Gasol, very good use of the screen by Bryant. Gets to his right hand, and you couldn't see the foul there where he clipped his leg. But again, the play by Dwight Howard is the right play. To me, the Magic need to cut a little bit more.
Gasol, up and under, beautiful adjustment. And they're on their feet at the Staples Center as the Lakers. Kobe Bryant on the drive, gets to the basket. Oh, what a move from Kobe Bryant as the shot clock expires. He's got 29, and the Lakers back up by 18. And he has 5 rebounds as well. Bryant again. He's got that look.
He's got that game.
Couple of fakes. Shot clock at 2. He's got to put it up. Tries to bank it. Does so. And a foul. Kobe Bryant, brilliant here in the third quarter. And the Lakers up by 22.
Incredible on the offensive end. Good defense, just better offense. The ability to take the hit, create your own shot, a thing of beauty. Bryant putting on a clinic.
The man they call the closer not waiting till the fourth quarter to do his damage.
Probably brought you to tears that night at MSG.
Well, it's working whatever it is, Doris.
On a mission, getting guys involved and then turn back time. Talking to guys on the bench. Excited after plays, the attitude, the approach, the mentality became contagious. And there's the basketball to the point guard, no charge, hands it off to Kobe Bryant. Outstanding job of running the fast break. Take notes, Orlando Magic.
Size advantage over Courtney Lee. Lee, very good defense. Bryant just remarkably skilled. 2 jump shots and then the well-executed fast break off a Magic turnover.
Orlando lead. Bryant hits a three. And just like that, it's down to 7.
I think the finger's okay.
Anthony Bynum has just picked up his 5th foul. Odom has 5 fouls. Pulls up, shot's good. And the Lakers back up by 3. 28 for Kobe Bryant. Leans in for the 2. Short. Rebound taken by Fisher. Lakers looking to push. Bryant spinning in the lane. Back for Gasol. Pretty pass. And it's back to a 3-point game.
And the critical part was Pietrus jogging back.
Outstanding job of getting his early and making plays. You talk about scoring. We all know that he has the ability to do this anytime he wants. But down the stretch, making plays. To drop off the Pau Gasol, cuts it from 5 to 3, and then double team a willing passer. Finds up a spotted up.
Long time for this moment, you know, and I'm ready to do it. You know, I don't want to wait. You know, anything can happen. You know, injuries, things of that nature. So you really just gotta, you know, you got the opportunity to just try to seize it.
Shots locked down to 8. Bryant fires a 3, puts it in. Kobe Bryant from downtown, and the lead back to 16.
Kobe Bryant looking to stop the bleeding. Hand down, man down. Turkoglu pays the price as Bryant knocks down a dagger 3.
There's a lot of players that don't even get to the NBA Finals in a career. It's my 6th time here, and I've been fortunate enough to win 3 so far. This means I've been very lucky.
Anybody who's watched them all season long, as resilient a team as we've seen. Bryant on the drive, banker is good. A number of Laker fans that have been here throughout the arena, ready to celebrate a championship. There's the final seconds. As the buzzer sounds, it's official. The Lakers are NBA champions once again. LA wins the 2009 NBA title. Those two came in the league at the same time. 2 rookies with the LA Lakers.
Kobe Bryant.
Congratulations, Kobe Bryant, your 4th NBA championship. You go back to a year ago this time. The Boston Celtics beat you all. What was your focus from that moment to this moment?
Well, we knew we had to become a better defensive team consistently. Better defensively, better on the boards. And, you know, that's what that series last year taught us. And we came back this year with a renewed focus.
Everybody, critics, fans, the media, we've all speculated why this title means something different than the other 3. We don't want to speculate anymore. Why?
Well, just for the challenge of it. I mean, it's so tough, you know, to win a championship, to have to start over from scratch. I mean, we started over from scratch, and, you know, here we are again, and this really feels like a dream. I mean, it doesn't even feel real right now. It's unbelievable.
With a minute 12 left, you guys are up by 11. We saw you on the bench during a timeout, and you were gnawing on your fingernails. What were you thinking then?
I just couldn't wait for the clock to go down. You know, I was just waiting and waiting and waiting for the time to expire so we can, so this moment can finally be here.
During this whole finals, really during the whole playoff run, we've seen you at press conferences with very short, clipped answers. You've had a scowl on your face. What does winning this mean for you right now?
You know, this means everything. I mean, we really work so hard as a group. You know, we sacrifice so much. We put in so much time, so much effort, and, you know, it just feels unbelievable to get here with a group of guys that are like brothers to me, and, you know, we can all enjoy this together.
How are you different as a man and a player than you were 7 years ago, the last time you won a championship?
I think you just get better. You just grow as a person. You grow as a man. And, you know, you just try to figure out the best way to lead these guys.
I see you with your family. How are you guys going to celebrate tonight?
Well, we'll probably let them have soda.
and we can, spill some champagne around a little bit.
Just a little bit. Congratulations, Kobe Bryant. And congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe Bryant's 4th NBA championship. The Lakers' 15th NBA championship as a franchise. 2nd all-time in NBA history. Let's throw it now back to Mike Breen. Mike?
All right, Stuart. What a difference a year makes. 1 year ago, in Game 6 of the NBA, as the 2008-2009 season comes to an end, with the Los Angeles Lakers once again on top. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals, next on ABC.
At guard, 6'6" from Lower Merion High School, number 24, Kobe Bryant.
Another guy simply going for his 5th championship ring. Allen on Kobe Bryant down this end. Quick bucket. Lakers so far in the postseason. That's a 2-pointer for Kobe Bryant.
When you talk about his high IQ, he understood what the shot clock was at. 3 seconds, catches it, and gets off a quick look.
Double figures. Timeout, Boston.
Just a good job by Pierce, not giving up the front position, but fighting. Bryant looking, saying that's not a foul, but you love the way that the star players are competing.
Right, but I thought in that instance, once you've worked Pierce off a good spot, then adjust behind, because you're just too valuable.
For an opening, fires away, gets it to go. 14 for Bryant.
What we're seeing is a clinic as far as big guys are concerned, setting great screens.
There is no ball pressure on Rondo as Bryant scores again when he's delivering those passes to Ray Allen, so he can put him.
Rondo hurt himself on that play. Bryant flips it up over Perkins. Talk about soft touch. He's got 18.
He said if Fisher was a Celtic, he'd have his number retired.
Off the turnover, Kobe Bryant. Garnett inside to Allen. Oh, blocked by Bryant. Allen ready to throw it down. And Kobe Bryant turns him away. Garnett likes that straightaway, not even close, as Artest grabs the rebound. Ahead to Fisher. Fisher alley-up to Bryant. Kobe Bryant, 12 points here in the 3rd quarter. The lead back to 13.
Sensing the moment. Post a dunk one time. Bryant says, not on my watch. Get it out of here. You take a look. Chris Rock sitting right next to Kobe Bryant, shooting the breeze. Funniest man in the world. Telling jokes. And take a look at Kobe Bryant. I don't even hear you. I'm on a mission. And I'm not knocking everybody else, because if I was Kobe Bryant sitting there, I would have said something to Chris Rock. Matter of fact, coaches, players, everybody would have said something. This guy is a different breed. He's on a mission.
Bryant working hard to get through. Pass to Odom. Odom flips it up and in. Great spot there from Kobe Bryant.
But when you have to double him in the post.
As the Lakers will now improve to 9-0 at home. There's a 3. Bang! Finishing touches. Lakers take game 1. Bounce it in. Pierce stolen by Bryant. Bad pass. Puts up the 3. Bang! Bryant steals it again and throws it up. Celtics get sloppy down in the final seconds.
For these injured great officials to still be on the floor. And I say segue is the way.
Bryant to the basket, lays it in. 1-point game. Back out Allen. That's a 3.
Get those shots a little tougher.
Kobe Bryant and a foul. And Rondo picks up his 2nd personal. Out of bounds, still Celtic ball. Tony Allen on Bryant. Bryant to the basket, banks it in, and a foul. Good aggressive move from Kobe Bryant. He's got 9 points, and it's a double-figure lead for LA. Here's wild shot. Here's 0 for 6. Alley-oop. Perfect pass from Bryant. Gasol the finish.
You almost kind of have like an out-of-body experience.
buzzer goes off, and all of a sudden that moment has arrived. And you can't believe that you're actually hoisting that gold ball.
I mean, that's a big-time, tough shot.
Getting up, influencing him to the baseline, bodying up, one dribble, step back, corner three. That should be labeled unfair. Because if you play that good a defense and a guy still consistently makes, that's disheartening.
Tries it again, does it again. Back-to-back threes for Kobe Bryant. And the Lakers go up by 4. He's got that look right now. 21 for the game. 5 of 6 from downtown. For most three-pointers in a game, it happened in a regular season. He and Daniel
Never moved his feet again at the elevate.
Going to find offense right now.
Bryant on the pull-up. Puts it in. 4-point Laker lead. Their largest of the game. Timeout Boston. Rasheed Wallace has made some huge plays tonight. Coming up on a minute remaining. Bryant looking. Artest, that's a 3. Bang! Lakers by 6 with a minute to play. Won't go. Gasol, the rebound. Kicks it back out to Bryant. Drives to the basket. And he's fouled. A blocking foul on Wallace, and Bryant will shoot 2. Bryant knocks it down. Artest had his highs and lows during the course of the regular season and even in the playoffs. But he's come up with some huge performances. First, remember, in the conference. Won't go. Rebound Gasol. Kicks it out to Odom. Odom throws it ahead. The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles. The LA Lakers, the 2010 NBA champions.
And the winner of the Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP is none other than Kobe Bryant.
From one great champion to another, Kobe Bryant, your 5th NBA championship. How does this one stand out for you more than 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Well, this is the sweetest. You know, it's we've been downplaying the whole series, the rivalry between us and the Celtics, because we had to focus on what we had to do. But we understood how bad the city wanted it. You know, there's no question about it. And this one's by far the sweetest because it's against them, and because it's the hardest one by far.
You said we've been downplaying it, especially you were downplaying it. In fact, you even said, I can't get involved in the hype. How do you not get involved in the hype during the run?
You try not to. You try not to. You know, tonight it got the best of me. You know, I wanted it so bad, and sometimes you want something so bad it slips away from you. And my guys picked me up. I mean, I can't say enough about the Spaniard. I mean, that guy's unbelievable and just a hell of a player. And we wouldn't have won it without him.
15 rebounds. What were you, Kareem out there or what?
Well, we just had to crash the boards. You know, whoever won the rebounding battle won each game. So you have to try to make a point to get in there and grab as many as I could.
You've been involved so far in one of Phil Jackson's 3 three-peats. You have a chance next year for your 2nd, his 4th. What are you going to say to him to try and convince him to come back?
Well, you know, he knows how bad I want him back. He knows that. I've told him that. I've been openly blunt about it and told him how much I want him back. And, you know, let's go for it again. Let's go for it again.
All right, congratulations to Kobe Bryant, his 2nd NBA Finals Most Valuable Player Award.
So I just want to, again, thank the entire Lakers organization for your service, for the great joy that you have given the city of Los Angeles, but also the incredible competition that your organization has graced the basketball court with for decades now. If this season's anything like the last one, I know that you guys had your sight on the NBA Finals, so we might see you here before long. But we are very grateful for your presence here today. Give them a big round of applause. Now, one last thing. I was also told that Mr. Brown here intends to win the dunk contest. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to break down the podium and we're going to get a formal picture. Is that right? Okay, let's go. All right. I get my official Lakers jersey here. All right. It's official. Everybody get it? I know. It won't last long. Derek Rose is coming up. All right. Well, congratulations again, guys. And thank you. Very proud of you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kobe.
Here he comes. Experience, and that's what they're going to need going into the playoffs. Oh, Kobe does it to Klay Thompson! He returned the favor on Meta.
He uses his left arm and gets rid of Klay a little bit. And then all of a sudden he's all alone behind the arc.
It's not like Monty
rears up and knocks it down.
It's not like Monty McCutcheon wasn't staring right at it. Although in their playoff clinching game against Minnesota, he was 9 for 9 in the first half. Kobe, splash outside.
Bryant has started to heat up. He's made his last 3 from the field.
Bryant attacking baseline, and he runs into a stone wall of Festus Ezeli, and he's holding his left knee.
Yeah, I'm hoping he just bumped knees. But the way he's holding that thing and laying down, it doesn't look like it's something that's just a bump of the knee.
Well, right now Kobe down, and this is the entire season, and he was 4 for 4 since then, though 0 for 6. As he has it, spinning in trouble. Oh, and he's limping, he's hurting. Kobe's hurting. And I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. This might be that same knee that he hurt.
No, this is
it something different?
No, this is the right foot, or the right leg. I mean,
Barnes is very slow coming back the other way. Bryant in the lane, put it up, and in! Yeah, all of a sudden that paint protection has gone awry. Here's Kobe going to the rim and scoring. 93. Kobe around the back, spinning, shooting, scoring!
Another look at Kobe behind the back, and then a spin move into the middle. Nice little floater there, a little jumper.
Yeah,
but Steph Curry has the answer, it seems, every time.
Every time. Lake had the starting assignment. He's gone 32 minutes. Kobe, 3. Yes! Big one, Bryant from outside. 107-104, 3-point game, 5 minutes left. Kobe, guarded by the rookie, Harrison Barnes. Kobe, one-on-one, isolated for the tie. He's got it, it's 107 all.
The Mamba is looking like the Mamba.
8 from their reserves. Bryant again going to work, falls down. Yeah, he's struggling. He's going to stay down there for a bit.
Trying to massage that left ankle a little bit.
Harrison Barnes picks up the foul. Warriors are out of fouls. Lakers have 3 this quarter. Kobe gets helped up. Kobe's coming in. So Kobe Bryant cannot continue. And the crowd. The ovation.
He's going to, I would assume he'd go straight to the locker room.
Don't ever question the heart, the emotion, the grit, the tenacity.
And the other forward for the final time, number 24 on the floor, 6'6", five-time world champion, Kobe Bryant.
That's his look, and that's where he's been scoring this year.
Oh, turn back the clock there to block Trevor Booker. And desperate to get to the basket and score. And he does. And the basket.
Now down here you're going to see the nice reaction. You know, back in the day when he was a defender, let's face it, he was 12 times all defense, 9 times on the first team. Now you like the reaction here because he gets double teamed and he was pressured, but he said,
UB and I anxiously await the email to find out where we're flying. Kobe.
Nice.
Number 2.
Well, they're playing to him. There's no doubt about it.
For the Lakers?
Yeah, they like his talent. He's got a lot of bounce, a lot of energy. Every night he gives them a strong move.
Kobe to the basket.
Oh, pretty.
And 1.
And also Nance's quickness to go pick Kobe up off the floor. Now here's your pick and roll. All right, now was a pick and step back. You're going to play soft. I'm going to get that jumper. Now this is just Kobe at his best. He knew that there was a potential shot block. Watch him come underneath so that the defender cannot go for the block shot. Great move. 50 guy, getting everything that's loose.
Kobe.
Oh, boy.
Jacks a 2.
Oh, boy.
4 in a row for Bryant by Nance.
Come on now, you got to get a score here.
Huertas is seeking Kobe for 3.
Yes. See, he said, hey, Yubi, I heard the 3 for 16. I'm just going to keep you quiet over there.
A 40-point game for the 122nd time for the first time since November of 2014. Kobe going out in style. That Jordan didn't do it against the Bulls. Bryant here hits another 3. 43. Guarded by Bryant. Kobe's got the board, the hit ahead to Clarkson.
Nice look up, nice pass.
As this farewell season has gone on, many have been asked, what was your Kobe moment? What's your favorite moment? Just look, to gander at all the images from the Lakers to Team USA, the 81-point game in this building against Toronto a decade ago, the championships, the parades, the celebrations. Many people disliked Kobe, rooted against him over the years because he came in and he wanted that adversarial relationship with the road fans. But this year it has been hugs with the great players from the other teams. On his farewell night, double comes, pitch to Clarkson, late shot clock, Clarkson,
nice.
Got it.
Nice. We have 9 players from Brazil this year. I think that would surprise a lot of people.
45. D'Angelo Russell for the Lakers.
All night long, every time that he gets down in the paint.
Is what Byron Scott has referred to him as. He and Kobe have a very special, unique bond. Bryant gets to the basket and has 47 points. Crowd here at Staples as Kobe comes to the line, perhaps for the last time. Hayward sizing up Larry Nance, got to the basket, had it knocked away in the hands of Kobe. We'll see if he gets 50 here. Bryant going to the basket. Kobe Bryant!
There it is!
A 50-point game in his farewell. It's a 6-point game, so the Lakers are in this one down the stretch. And there it is, the first player to end his career with a 50-point game. Final minute 30. Bryant from 14 has 53. Unbelievable stuff tonight.
You're getting excited with this 50 business, all right?
Kobe's got the Lakers' last 10. Bryant for 3. Got it all! every last bit of him being left out here tonight. He scored the Lakers' last 13. He has 56 points.
The stamina tonight. The fact that he's been working so hard from half court to the rim on so many drives. The fact that he is still looking.
Mack is off of the 3, rebound by Russell.
Here they have a chance.
The Lakers down 1. Will Kobe give them one last gamer? Bryant on the move with the jumper. He got it! My! 58 points! And the Lakers lead! He has been great. And on his final night, it's one last glimpse of greatness for Shizzle. Utah will go up the floor with Hayward. 13 seconds left. Hayward on the drive. Layup no good. Rebound gets in the hands of Kobe. Throws it ahead to Clarkson. And Clarkson will dunk it. 4.1 to go. Timeout, Utah. Kobe and Shaq together one more time in a moment of Laker glory. And Bryant will leave here.
Yeah, I'll take him out.
As you look around the building, there are plenty of cheers, also some tears. Some folks are misty-eyed and emotional at this moment. Lyles misses. And the Lakers close out Kobe Bryant's career with a win and one of the great farewell performances in any sport at any time. Authored by one of the NBA's all-time greats, Kobe Bryant, 60 points, 23 in the fourth quarter of his farewell game.
Man. Guys, you know, it's, I can't believe how fast 20 years went by. I mean, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And, you know, to be standing here at center court with you guys, my teammates behind me, and appreciating all this, you know, the journey that we've been on. You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs. And I think the most important part is that we all stayed together throughout. You know, I grew up a diehard, I mean a diehard Laker fan. Diehard. I mean, I knew everything about every player that's ever played here. So to be drafted and then traded to this organization and to spend 20 years here, I mean, you can't write something better than this. And I'm more proud of the fact that not about the championships, but about the down years. because we didn't run. We didn't run. We played through all that stuff, and we got our championships, and we did it the right way. And all I can do here is just thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the years of support. Thank you guys for all the motivation. Thank you for all the inspiration. And, you know, what's funny, the thing that had me cracking up all night long was the fact that I go through 20 years of everybody screaming to pass the ball. Then the last night, they're like, don't pass it. This has been absolutely beautiful, you guys. I can't believe it's come to an end. You guys will always be in my heart, and I sincerely appreciate it. No words can describe how I feel about you guys. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. God, I love you guys, and I love you guys. And my family, my wife Vanessa, our daughters Natalia and Gianna, you know, thank you guys for all your sacrifice. You know, for all the hours I spent in the gym working and training, and Vanessa, you holding down the family the way that you have. I can't, there's no way that I can thank you enough for that. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And what can I say? Mamba out.
Our exclusive interview with number 24, Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, calling it quits at the end of the season, ending an incredible 20-year career with the LA Lakers. I went one-on-one with Kobe about his big decision. Kobe Bryant! It is the end of an era. Records shattered, respect earned. And now, after 20 years and 5 NBA championships, Kobe Bryant will say goodbye to his first love, basketball. Everybody wants to know, why now?
It's the right time. There's no point in really belaboring it or dragging it out or saying, well, leave the door open in case, I don't know, something may change. I don't think this is a decision that you can allow to have outside influence dictate whether or not you continue to play. It must be a decision that comes from within. So once I knew this was it, might as well say it.
So how did you know this was it?
I try to have at least 15 minutes of still time and just kind of sit in my thoughts in the morning and just kind of meditating. Normally what happens with me is my mind would always drift to the game. Always. And then I found myself sitting there, my mind wouldn't drift towards the game all the time anymore. And that's when I started realizing, you know what? It's getting close. It's getting close.
Not just 20 years, but 20 years with the same team, the LA Lakers. How important is that to you?
Extremely. It means everything to me. I was such a huge Laker fan growing up. I mean, like a diehard Laker fan. I had Magic posters, you know, Magic t-shirts. It was my dream to be a Los Angeles Laker. And so, you know, to be here for 20 years and to get to know some of my mentors, it's been a dream come true.
And the fans, the letter that you wrote, you wanted to speak to your fans first. Why?
Well, because I think it was important for them to know how much they've meant to me. The letter itself still doesn't do it justice, and how important they've been, how vital they've been in my career. And I mean, we grew up together, and that's such a beautiful thing.
Was it a slow process to get here, or was it just one of those light switch went off and you said now?
It was a slow process, and it was something that kind of evolved over the last 3 years. You know, with the Achilles injury, that really frightened me. Because it was like, you know, my career could be over now. It scared me. I said, what am I going to do next? And then I trained hard, came back the next season, fractured my knee. And I trained even harder, came back again, tore my shoulder. And it was just like, oh my, this is one thing after the next. And so it was kind of a slow 3-year process of kind of evolving to get to where I am.
The 17-time All-Star calls himself his biggest critic, and he admits this season is far from his best. Do you feel that you're being treated fairly this season, being your last, and all that you have done for the sport?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. You can't just sit around expecting everybody just to give praise all the time. You got to be able to take the good with the bad. One of the most important things that I can share with the younger generation is to accept it all. Don't have any expectations or lean on or rely on positive reporting on your career or negative.
Have you accomplished everything that you've wanted to on the court?
No. I wanted 8 championships. As a dreamy kid growing up in Italy, I wanted 8.
Why 8?
Because Magic had 5, and then Michael had 6, and I said, okay, we're gonna win 8, and had the opportunity to have 7, and didn't work out.
You have talked about wanting to have your place in the history of this game. Top 5 players of all time. Who would those 5 players be, and would you crack the starting 5?
No, I would never put myself in the starting 5 ever. I'll put the people that I've actually learned the most from, being Jordan, Magic, Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Jerry West.
But when you see that hashtag GOAT by your name,
I think it's fantastic. You know, I think it's great to be mentioned in the same breath as those players. Honestly, to me, that's everything. I mean, we'll sit and debate endlessly who would win in a one-on-one matchup between myself and MJ, and we can debate that until the cows come home.
So who would win?
He would win some, I would win some. But those are debates that'll go on forever.
Although he said his goodbyes, I had to ask, are you really ready to let her go?
I am. But the thing, I'm carrying this with me no matter what. You know what I mean? But internally, my love, my passion, everything that I've learned from it is always going to be with me.
Your first remembrance of when you felt that this was going to be your game?
First remembrance, I would say I was actually 8 years old playing in the league in Florence. I was playing on the junior team. I managed to score 61 points.
Whoa, hold on.
Yep.
8 years old and you scored how many points, Kobe?
61. Because my uncle always told me, my father always told me, he said, you know, you can put points on the board, all you got to do is shoot it. You know, I wanted to have the same type of feeling that he had. And I didn't know what that feeling was. I mean, I had people chanting your name and asking you for autographs all the time. I was kind of curious to see what that feeling would feel like. I wanted to experience that same type of emotion, and I wanted to be better than my father. And he used to kick my butt.
All the time?
All the time.
At what point did you get him?
I was 14.
No kidding. What was the feeling like then?
I wanted to keep doing it.
And his feeling?
He didn't want me to keep doing it, so he never played me again.
No kidding. Y'all stopped after that?
I haven't played my father since. I was a little Italian boy that was the son of an NBA basketball player.
How did that go over?
Well, one kid tried to challenge me, and that just gave me an opportunity to just unleash hell on this poor kid because of all the frustration of moving into a new place and the isolation that comes with that. You know, at that moment, I understood how much the game can be a place of venting. It can be an outlet for me.
Basketball was going to be your armor.
Absolutely.
Bryant's bravado, some said arrogance, earned him more detractors when he turned pro at 17.
Gold's Gym in '98 and lifting weights, and I get a phone call. It's Michael Jackson on the other line. And kind of what the hell is going on? Somebody's playing a
Michael
practical
Jackson
joke.
calling you at the age of 18.
At the age of 18. He's a big basketball fan. And I was starting to get flack for being an introvert and being so serious all the time about the game. And he wanted to call and give me encouragement to say, don't change for them. You have to stay focused. If you want to be one of the all-time greats, you have to study the all-time greats. You have to be obsessive about what you do and how you do it. And in the summertime, I would just disappear because I'd be studying, I'd be researching, I'd be
Studying, researching what?
The game. Chicago won another championship. How? Why? How do we get to that level?
I'd like to introduce my friend, the Black Mamba.
That was the birth of the Black Mamba.
All the creatures that you could have pulled for yourself, why that one?
Because it spoke to me, the length of the snake, the accuracy of the snake, the temperament. I step on the court, that's me.
Nice commute.
Thank you.
How's the traffic?
What traffic?
Yeah, I think that's the point, right? Why do you have to do this?
I get here a lot faster.
Why does it matter? Why do you have to get here a lot faster?
You know, it's I started doing it several years ago to get to and from practice quicker. My kids would have soccer games and basketball games and things like that. And so the practice and then me doing a bunch of treatment after practice, I would never be able to make it back in time. So I just started taking a helicopter, and then after a while, it just became a habit.
This, Bryant says, is where he'll achieve greatness in a new field, storytelling. He's lined his office with photos of his inspirations: J.K. Rowling, Walt Disney, Steve Jobs, and the composer John Williams.
How often do you come here?
All the time. All the time. There's some times where I can't sleep and I just have something that's in my brain. I'll just come in here at 2 o'clock in the morning or something. I have a lot of energy. It's non-stop.
Bryant says he's here reading and writing, training for his new job.
I knew at a very early age that this date was coming. So I started trying different things out, things that I was interested in. It was always gravitating around story.
Like what? What did you try?
Advertising. I wrote a great amount of commercials. A lot of the stuff that I do with Nike, I actually write as well.
This year, Kobe Inc. produced a campaign called Hero Villain, in which we hear the home crowd chant its love for Bryant, and the road crowd its hate. The concept, the words, the message. Bryant says they're all his. He also says that he's just getting started, that soon he'll be creating movies, books, even video games.
And the Oscar goes to, don't say La La Land, don't say La La Land. Dear Basketball, Glenn Keane and Kobe!
This is the first Oscar and nomination for Glenn Keane and Kobe Bryant.
Thank you, Academy. Thank you, Jenny Rim, Max Keane, our entire crew, for your incredible talents. For my wife, Linda, for your years of love and support. And to Kobe, for writing Dear Basketball. It's a message for all of us. Whatever form your dream may take, it's through passion and perseverance that the impossible is possible.
I don't know if it's possible. I mean, as basketball players, we're really supposed to shut up and dribble, but I'm glad we do a little bit more than that. Thank you, Academy, for this amazing honor. Thank you, John Williams, for such a wonderful piece of music. Thank you, Verizon, for believing in the film. Thank you, Molly Carter. Without you, we wouldn't be here. And to my wife, Vanessa, our daughters, Natalia, Gianna, and Bianca, ti amo con tutto il mio cuore. You are my inspiration. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Guys going tonight, huh?
I guess from what I hear, we're doing a jersey retirement ceremony. Jerseys. It's my first time back, actually. My first time back watching the Lakers play.
You get that itch. You know you're gonna get the itch.
It's a night over 20 years in the making as the Staples Center and Laker legends get ready to honor the greatest player this building has ever known. Tonight, 2 numbers will be retired in honor of one man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Mama.
Hi. How are you? Good.
You look beautiful, too. You see cooking. How you doing, man?
Awesome, man. Because I get to see this little man.
I
saw you on the floor at the game.
Long time coming. Hey, cooking.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You look so good.
This is crazy.
I know. But you made it like that.
I just wanted to be in
that company. Just wanted to be in that company. You know? So,
We did it. We did it. Everybody's going crazy. It's just like that 60.
well, now we get the next generation.
There you go. So we never taken a picture. With Kobe in the middle. Somebody got to get this for us now. Oh, there he is.
Here's the man. Yeah, exactly.
Few players that ever stepped on the hardwood can match his accomplishments. Over the duration of Kobe Bryant's 20-year career, he became an 18-time All-Star and scored the third most points in NBA history, while securing 5 unforgettable championships. So it is with good reason that just 20 months after his retirement, both of his iconic numbers will be raised to the rafters.
Laker fan, Kobe fan, dream come true.
Back at Staples Center, the excitement builds all day long as large crowds gather to visit Kobe Land.
Kobe, baby, all day, every day, 24, baby, 8, all day, every day.
All right. Very good.
Party preparations are in full swing at Staples Center, and with good reason. It's not every day that one of the greatest players of all time has his jersey raised to the rafters. Tonight for Kobe Bryant, that feat will be doubly special. And as he makes his way to a pregame celebration in his honor, no detail is forgotten, right down to the type of beef that shares his name. And a number of friends have already gathered, including a long list of Lakers he will never forget.
Thank you. So they asked me today if you had a game-winning shot to give to a teammate. No. It depends where it is. Where is it? So if it's in the corner, I'm going Ray Fox.
Oh, that's love. That's love. That's good memory.
All day. I remember.
It's fitting in celebration of him that the quality of people that admire him would actually take the time out of their schedules, and it just takes you back.
My man, what's up, brother? Good, man. How you doing? Hey, bro, this son is off the charts. Oh, that's good. Everything's good, man.
Like a supermodel.
I had to scrub up a little bit. I had to throw it on a little bit. Mark, all right.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
You got a smile on your face. I appreciate that.
Just got one.
Oh, my God.
Class organization.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Lucky.
Yes, sir.
Very fortunate. So,
the girls here now.
Chicago Cash, what's up, man? Come here. Come here, bro. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. Come here. Come here. Come here, man.
I see what you do over there. I saw what you do over there.
My brother, man. How you doing?
I come to support you.
Thank you, man. What's up, man? Booze, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? All right, bro. You looking good, bro. Not bad.
Kobe's been like a big brother to me. So, when they told me the date, I told them I'd be there. It's hard to say goodbye to one of the best players ever.
What's up, Ace? Good, man. How are you? How are you proud of this moment, man?
It's a legacy of hard work. It's a legacy of being efficient, dedication, just one that you can be proud of.
Hey, George, what's up, my brother? Good, man.
Congrats, bro.
Thank you.
Congrats. This is my little.
Thank you.
This is my youngest. Cole's my man. He's a guy that looked out for me. I learned a lot from him. I'm glad I witnessed history and was able to play with him. And so this epic special night is something I wouldn't miss.
Wow, that's good.
So how you spending your time now, besides business-wise?
Man, business, you know me. When I dive into something, it's all-consuming.
Yeah.
So just focus. Extremely focused. And the first film I wrote, I've been shortlisted for an Oscar. You got a date. Pretty excited to win an Oscar. And really upset.
I cried every night. I had a little picture about my mom.
Keep doing your thing. Keep enjoying life too.
We got over it.
Keep being you, baby.
We got over it.
it's time we'll celebrate the legend. Alright, take care.
How you doing, man? So happy for you. Thank you. You look great, man. For an old guy, right? Dude. Awesome. Yeah. You gonna get an Oscar? Imagine that. Right next to me. Imagine that.
Pretty surreal moment to walk through that room. Like taking a trip down memory lane. See all the players that you play with, all the guys that you have seen you grow up, and to get to the place where we are now, it's awesome.
You knew what was going to happen. That's how you picked me. Mr. Russell, how you doing, sir? I'm good. Thank you for coming. Hi.
Seeing Jerry West, Bill Russell, I mean, doesn't get any better than that, man.
Thank you for coming down. How are you? Dealing with the whole madness.
You know, to walk up to him and tell him thank you for everything that you've done, and you kind of get a chance to share old stories together. I feel extremely blessed.
There is one more surprise in store for Kobe, as one of his favorite artists takes to the stage for a performance he'll never forget.
We came to party a little bit, right? We celebrating the legend, right? That's what we doing?
I'm a fan of Kendrick's, so I hear the song, and I'm thinking it's just being played in the room. And then my daughter proceeds to punch me because Kendrick Lamar is like 10 feet away, and he's performing and putting on basically a concert. And like, it's just excellence all around.
And Kendrick Lamar is not the only one who takes this stage in honor of Kobe.
Make some noise for the world's largest DJ, DJ Diesel.
Well, you know, I've grown with this city, and vice versa. So there's a special bond that we share. And playing here for 20 years and going through all the ups and downs and the tough losses and the amazing wins all led up to this moment.
Hi, BB. This is where Daddy used to work. She's been to the new office. She doesn't know anything about me playing basketball before, so. She thinks running the studio is my only job.
What's up, brother?
I'm good, yo. All right. Congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, see, what's up?
I'm really at peace. You know, it's like you get a chance to come back and say thank you to everyone, and this night's really for them. It's not for me. It's pretty surreal, isn't it? You know, to be here in this moment, and I can't believe it's here. I can't be here right now without the help of so many others.
What an atmosphere here at Staples Center tonight. We celebrate 20 incredible years, and I know a lot of you are looking forward to halftime, so don't go anywhere when the second quarter is over.
Runner in the lane, no good. Rebound Durant. Durant dribbling in the backcourt, throws the ball up the floor, stolen by Nance. Here come the Lakers 4-on-2. Kobe is the first player ever in NBA history to have two numbers retired by the same team.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lakers President of Basketball Operations, Irvin Magic Johnson.
What's up, Laker Nation? We're here to celebrate the greatest who's ever wore the purple and gold. For 20 years, he thrilled us. He made us scratch our head. What did we just see? What did we just witness? And he gave us 5 NBA championships. Let me see, Kobe. You gave us 3 in number 8 and 2 in 24. We are so blessed to have had this man wear the purple and gold for 20 years, and he was all about excellence. He was driven. His will to win was very, very high. And tonight, we're able to put not just one of his jerseys, but both of his jerseys up high. I hope that you recorded every game. I hope that you're doing the same thing tonight, because there will never, ever be another Kobe Bryant. Who can remember when he scored 81 points in a game? And last but not least, there will never be an athlete in his last performance to top this man's performance, 60 points. Man! So before I turn the mic over to our owner, Jeannie Buss, there's 2 things I want to leave you with. Kobe, Jerry West called me the day that you worked out, and he said, Irvin, I just witnessed the greatest workout I've ever seen in my entire life. And Jerry, you were absolutely right. This man has turned out to be the greatest we've ever seen. And the next thing, Kobe, is this, brother. We need you right now. When I look into this audience, there's all race of people come together, cheered you on for 20 years, and this country needs to come together, and you were able to bring us all together as a city in Los Angeles for 20 years. So we thank you for that. Miss Jeannie Buss, come on out, please. And Jeannie, before you speak, we have got to bring his closest friend, my partner in crime, out here to join us. Rob Pelinka, you gotta come on out. Representing Kobe for all those years, you gotta come on out. We're gonna let Jeannie do her thing right now.
Kobe, we knew this day was going to come, and here we are. I also know you well enough that the jerseys hanging up there was not your motivation. But this is our tradition, this is our ceremony. But really what we're celebrating tonight is the journey that you took us on for those 20 years. We are retiring both your numbers because if you separated each of the accomplishments under those numbers, each of those players would qualify for the Hall of Fame. I have the honor of representing all Laker fans here tonight. And overwhelmingly, they asked me to express their gratitude and their appreciation for all that you've done. I am quoting some of them here. Thank you, Kobe, for your incredible work ethic, never giving up and somehow figuring out how to impose your will on a game and single-handedly changing the outcome. Thank you, Kobe. You taught us what happens when you outwork fear with a relentless Mamba mentality, teaching us that failure is a non-existent concept. Thank you, Kobe, for not only making the players on your team better, but you forced your opponents to raise their game as well. Thank you, Kobe, for inspiring a generation of fans to fall in love with the game. Thank you, Kobe, for playing through enormous pain and sometimes putting the team on your back to carry us to the finish line. And Kobe, I thank you for staying loyal to the purple and gold. And remaining a Laker for life when it might have been easier for you to leave. We ask you for your hustle, and you gave us your heart, which was so much more. You showed us how to win by sheer will, hard work, and perseverance. You have forever made your mark on this franchise. Your legacy is much greater than basketball. No one will ever wear 8 or 24 again for the Lakers because they are being retired.
The time has come, Lakers fans. Please direct your attention up to the southeast corner of the arena, where number 8 and number 24 will hang forever as we honor one of our Lakers greats, Kobe Bryant.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to say, it's thank you so much for tonight. But it's not. It's not about my jerseys that are hanging up there for me. It's about the jerseys that were hanging up there before. Without them, I couldn't be here today. They inspired me to play the game at a high level. Magic, Cap, Shaq pushing me every day. Baylor, Chamberlain, Goodrich, West, Worthy, it goes on and on. And secondly, it's about this class organization. And Jerry Buss, your father, believing in a skinny old kid from Lower Marion High School in Philadelphia. And it's also about the next generation. It's about this current Laker roster that we have here. You know, it's about embodying the spirit that exists in those jerseys up there and carrying this organization forward so that the next 20 years are better than the past 20 years. And that's what it's about. And then it's also about the fans. Fans, the media. I don't think you guys understand how present you guys were with me. You know, you guys were there with me at 5:30 in the morning when I was running the track and I was midway through my workout. And I didn't know if I could make it through. And I thought about the expectations you guys had for me and you had for our team. And it pushed me through. It got me through those 800s and 400s and 100s at 5:30 in the morning. So I thank you. And it's about family. It's about my wife, Vanessa. You know, you guys don't know this, but my last game that we had here against the Utah Jazz, I was really tired. I got home and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I can do this thing. I got one more game left, but I don't have any legs. And she said, I want to show you something. I got a gift for you for your last game. And she proceeded to show me a row of retired jerseys from Baylor, from Magic, from Shaq, from Cap, all with personal messages signed to me, including from Michael Jordan, including from the great Bill Russell, including from the great Larry Bird. And when I saw that, I knew then that I had to turn it up. I had to turn it up. So thank you, baby, for being an inspiration to me. And lastly, our daughters, Natalia, Gianna, and Bianca. You know, I hope that tonight is not, you know, you guys know that, you know, if you do the work, you work hard enough, dreams come true. You know that, we all know that. But hopefully what you get from tonight is the understanding that those times when you get up early and you work hard, those times when you stay up late and you work hard, those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream. That's the dream. It's not the destination, it's the journey. And if you guys can understand that, then what you'll see happen is that you won't accomplish your dreams. Your dreams won't come true. Something greater will. And if you guys can understand that, then I'm doing my job as a father. Thank you guys so much. I love you. And, Mamba out.
The eloquence of Kobe Bryant. What a night, what a celebration. Very family-oriented in his speech, singling out his wife and his 3 daughters. Means so much to him. This great Lakers organization, the Buss family, for sticking with him, believing in him. A Laker for life. Kobe Bryant, number 8, number 24, forever hanging in the rafters at Staples Center.
The only, that was a no-brainer, the fact that both jerseys would go up. But I think what matters the most is the message that Kobe sent to the fans, but more importantly, the message that he sent to the current Laker roster about what it takes for the journey.
Hey, Kobe, over here. So driving in today, I'm sure you saw the crowd of people outside. All these people, and you're not even playing tonight. I mean, you've been retired. The effect you have on this city, are you ever in awe of that, or is that something that you can feel?
You know, it's weird, man. It's you know, because growing up, I just wanted to play basketball. You know what I mean? And then wanted to win championships. I wanted to be regarded as one of the greats, and all this stuff that was very very internally driven, individually driven. And as you get older, and as I sit here now, I come to realize that it's really not about those things. Those things carry a greater significance to them, and it's how well can you affect or impact others, not from the sense of fandom or whatever the case may be, but it's through your actions, through your behavior, through your commitment to the game. How can that inspire people to be as committed in whatever field that they're choosing to be a part of? And that's where I think the connection that we have, and we fed off of that energy. I fed off their energy for many, many years, and I think that's the reaction you're seeing.
Ted Sobel, over the right.
Hi, Kobe, over here. Good to see you again. I remember the first day you walked into the Forum, and I'm thinking, that little kid right now is still inside of you somewhere. Can you go back there and think about even imagining that this has happened and just the emotions of dealing with all these accolades? And at the same time, have you had a chance to look outside yet and see what's going on in Kobe land?
I haven't had a chance to look outside and see it. I mean, I saw it driving in, and what? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, and then secondly, I can remember back to being a kid, because that child inside of me has never left. You know, all the years I've been playing here, that child inside of me has never left. I mean, one of the first things I did when I walked into the Forum, when the lights were down, it was dimly lit, and I looked up and looked at all the jerseys that were up there, because I'd seen them many times on videotapes before. And before every game, I made it a point to kind of glance up there and remind me of what I'm playing for, you know, how I got here, and what it is that we're representing.
Appreciate all of this as you evolved as a person.
Well, the appreciation comes in moments. It comes in increments. You know, like you go through a moment in time and you realize that you're going way too fast, and you don't really get a chance to appreciate everything that's happening. So you take a beat and you appreciate it. But the reality is you can't stay there. You know what I mean? Because then you can't ever grow and evolve, right? So there's moments of appreciation, and then you have to move on and focus with your head down on what comes next.
Second row in the center.
Kobe, ciao.
Ciao.
Fra tutte le emozioni della tua carriera, draft, titoli, questa come la classifichi? Ci hai pensato questa mattina?
No, non ho pensato molto, perché volevo rimanere in questo momento. Adesso come mi sento in pace, mi sento orgoglioso di quello tutto che ho fatto qui con i Lakers, però dentro di me a pace.
Mark Medina.
With Klay Thompson doing stuff with Body Armor and Kevin Durant doing stuff with Nike, what kind of business perspectives have you offered any of those guys?
Well, I mean, just to be a part of brands that you believe in, that you believe share the same core values as you, and then everything else tends to fall in place. You know, but you got to find a connection with brands and what they represent and what you represent, what you want to stand for, and then everything else takes care of itself.
At Mamba Sports Academy, we embrace the Mamba mentality. The Mamba mentality is constant curiosity, asking questions. How do I become better today than I was yesterday? That means bringing passion to the process. It means bringing the maximum effort required to be great. Here, we think for ourselves, and our goals are our own. We take responsibility for the work required to achieve those goals. Mamba Sports Academy is where we evolve and have fun. It's gotta be fun. This is where we become better members of our team, our family, and our community. And ultimately, the best version of ourselves.
All right, I'll tell you about the plan was to have you guys run 3:17s in their practice. You get through the photo shoot, best couple pictures without smiling, you're going to run the 3:17.
So that was really cool to see Kobe in a different role.
we gotta go, man. We got
Yeah.
practice.
No.
How often do you guys get to practice?
What you mean? What you mean, man? Practice every damn night. Every night, man.
How would you describe your coaching style?
We teach all the basics, fundamentals, right? Footwork, moving off the ball, handling the ball, passing, cutting, rebounding, boxing out, like all the basic stuff. You lay back and you kind of let them find their own way a lot. Patience, man. They're 12. You just gotta be patient, let them develop, let them grow.
Do they surprise you at all with like how?
Surprised me how fast they've gotten better. That's surprising. Because we've only been doing this for 10 months. When they first started, they could barely dribble and shoot and all that stuff. And now, I mean, they've gotten a lot better in 10 months, man.
The one thing that Kobe always talks about is you get better by practice, working out, and putting the time in. But our girls play basketball or work out 7 days a week. In the summertime, it's double session. And at first you're kind of like, that's a little bit crazy. He's like, well, yeah, but you want to be number one.
Coach Mamba, man, you know, he putting it in, you know, you can see that he wants to, you know, get out there sometime. But nah, man, he's an excellent coach, man. I'm learning so much, you know, even as a parent, just by watching his coaching style. So
he'll tell them something and he'll make noises. We have a list of his noises. And he'll be like, bop, bop, bop. And then they'll go and do it, bop, 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 exactly the way he says. Or he'll go, bop, bop. And then they do it, bop, bop. It's just weird.
Definitely a keeper. Very compassionate for these girls. Shows just a lot of love for what he does and for these girls and the team and what it's becoming.
Yeah, they're mine until they go off to college, right? So this team, the plan that we have in place of how I teach them is a 6-year plan. And how I teach the game. So you teach it in increments. You teach them piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. Just very patient. Right, as soon as that happens, what should you do? Cut right behind them. So now you got 2 options. You got that, right? Cat drops the help. You got Peyton there. Or you got that there. Got it?
So what's your main preaching that you reiterate every
Get
time?
better every day. Just get better every day. That's all. Just get better every day. Grab a ball, start out, 2 sets. So we're gonna break down.
opener. I'm joined by the Bryants, Kobe and Gigi. Now, Kobe, starting with you, just as a pure fan of the game, watching this league grow from 1997 till now, where it is, what is it like to see that growth?
Well, it's awesome to see the progress that's been made and still understand that the league is still at its infancy, and the amount of growth that it's going to have over the next several years is going to be amazing.
And you were a part of a dynasty with the Lakers. People are saying that the Aces have a chance to be the dynasty of the WNBA, adding Cam Beige, Wilson, Plum, McBride. I mean, it goes down the list. Is that what you see in this lineup?
I certainly see that level of potential. And the hardest thing to do is to tune out the noise and the expectations of others and just focus on the groundwork every single day. But they certainly have that capability.
And Gigi, I'm kind of scared to ask, but who are you rooting for today?
The Aces.
Are you? Okay, awesome. So, looking at the roster, who are some of your favorite players with the Aces?
Asia Wilson and Jackie Young.
And as the reigning Rookie of the Year, I mean, Asia Wilson took the league by storm last year, and we've really only seen the tip of the iceberg. How much do you watch her and Kelsey Plum and kind of tune your game and try to do what they do on the court?
I try to watch as much film as I can so I can get more information and more inspiration from that.
And finally, for you, what would it be like to one day be a WNBA player?
I think it means everything.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. We're going to begin with the death of basketball legend Kobe Bryant. Tonight, investigators from the FBI and the NTSB are scouring a hillside outside Los Angeles where the helicopter carrying Bryant, his daughter, and 7 others crashed. CBS News has learned the pilot was given special permission to fly despite bad weather conditions. Meantime, fans continue to gather at the Staples Center, leaving tributes where Bryant played most of his career. He joined the NBA as a teenager and after 20 dazzling seasons left as one of its all-time greats. Time magazine has already issued a commemorative issue. And there's news tonight on the Basketball Hall of Fame. Dana Jacobson will have more on Bryant and his legacy in just a moment.
At Kobe's Mamba Sports Academy, word spread quickly.
I'm still in shock, and I still can't believe that this is real.
Loss of a legend. The world is mourning the sudden and tragic death of Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna. At approximately 9:45 a.m., the helicopter slammed into the side of a hill, killing everyone on board.
Here we have one copter down with medium brush. We do have smoke. Small plane down with brush involved.
Thousands of fans gathered to mourn Kobe, leaving flowers, hats, and jerseys outside the Staples Center in Los Angeles to pay tribute to the basketball icon.
I had this poster on my wall everywhere that I've lived since I was a kid. I'm 30 years old now. Had this poster in my room everywhere I moved to. He was my hero.
Show their love and support. It's a sad day that Kobe's not here, but all these people are a testament of all the greatness he's brought to LA.
I grew up in a Laker family. I looked up to Kobe. He was my inspiration. He was my idol.
He's one of my idols. You know, I grew up as a kid watching him play basketball. Came to Staples Center, seen him play, came to the parades.
Kobe was one of her first words. And she's grown up being a Kobe fan.
I don't know why I'm impacted this much. It's still chill bumps. I can't really put it into complete words.
It's kind of nice to be here, surrounded by those who kind of feel your pain.
I just want to be around folks who feel the same way, you know? I mean, it's a hard day. You feel like you just lost one of your family members, you know, so...
NBA games continued as scheduled, but Kobe was not far from their minds.
The NBA and the game of basketball will mourn this loss together. Please join us in a moment of silence for Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Mamba.
Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks wore a number 8 jersey in honor of his idol Kobe rather than his usual number 11, and PJ Tucker of the Houston Rockets wrote, "Love you KB 24" on his sneakers. Right here in New York City, Madison Square Garden changed its exterior lights to Lakers purple and gold, and one fan changed the subway sign of New York's Bryant Park to Kobe Bryant Park. Next, emotional tributes are pouring in from Kobe's fellow NBA players. Magic Johnson admitted his mind was racing. He wrote, "I love him, his family, and what he stood for on and off the court." Shaquille O'Neal posted photos with his former teammate writing, "I'm sick right now." And Michael Jordan released a statement saying, "He was a little brother to me." Dwayne Wade couldn't hide his grief in this tearful video.
Today is one of the saddest days in my lifetime. It seems like a bad dream. I know we all feel the same way about such a great leader, just a great champion.
Shaq, you're the first guy I thought of when I heard this news the other day. Of course, I talked to you and Charles and Kenny later that afternoon, but then I saw that you had gotten a text from Kobe that morning, or Sharif had gotten one. How have you been over the last 48 hours?
So the other day I'm downstairs working out with my son Shakir and my nephew Columbus, and my other nephew comes in crying, and he shows me his phone. And I snapped at him. I said, "Man, get that out of my face. Just get it away from me." You know, we live in a world where anything could be photoshopped, anything could be hoaxed. I didn't want to believe it. And then I got the call from you, Charles, Kenny, everybody called me. And then we found out it was confirmed. And haven't felt the pain that sharp in a while. Our names will be attached together for what we did. People always ask about our relationship, and I tell them it's just like me and Charles. You got two strong-minded people that are going to get it done their way. We're going to say certain things. The respect will never be lost. But when it comes to be inside the lines and win, that's what me and him, that's what we did. That's what me and Charles, that's what we do. It was sort of like a triple stabbing to the heart, because after you cry and wonder about that, then I get back on the internet, Rick Fox is on the plane. So now I'm sick even more. I'm calling Rick, he's not answering. So now I'm like, what's going on? And then the final blow, his lovely daughter was with him on the helicopter. You know, every time I saw his lovely wife and his kids, same thing I do with Kenny's kids and D-Wade's kids. Hi, my name is Uncle Shaq. I don't know if they know me as a basketball player, it doesn't matter. Hi, I'm Uncle Shaq. I try to make him laugh. And he would do the same thing. Sharif called me devastated and said, "Kobe just text me to check and see how he's doing." And he used to do that from time to time. You know, it just makes me think that in life, sometimes instead of holding back certain things, we should just do.
D-Wade.
Hold on, I'm not finished.
Okay, go.
We up here, we work a lot. And I think a lot of times we take stuff for granted. Like, I don't talk to you guys as much as I need to. The fact that we're not going to be able to joke at his Hall of Fame ceremony. We're not going to be able to say, "Hi, I got 5, you got 4. The fact that we're not going to be able to say, "If we would stay together, we could have got 10. Those are the things that you can't get back. And with the loss of my father, my sister, and my thing, that's the only thing I wish I could just say something to him again. Last time I talked to him was when we were here and I asked him to get 50 and he got 60. It's the last time I spoke to him. And I just wish I could have, you know, so it definitely changes me. I have to, because I work a lot. You guys know what I do. I work probably more than the average guy, but I just really have to now just take time and just call and say, I love you. Rick Fox finally called me and said, man, I love you. B. Shaw called me. So I'm going to try to do a better job of just reaching out and just talking to the people rather than always procrastinating, because you never know. Life is too short. I could never imagine nothing like this. I was thinking the other day, I've never seen anything like this. All the basketball idols that I grew up, I see them. They're old. Like I used to be at home when you came to interview me, Ernie. I used to watch the great mile round and rebound. Now I'm working with him. I used to want to be Dr. J. He used to live next door to my mother in Orlando. My father used to tell me about the three great big men. I met them. I seen them. And the fact that we lost probably the world's greatest Laker, world's greatest basketball player. It's just, listen, people are going to say, take your time and get better, but it's going to be hard for me. I already don't sleep anyway, so. But I'll figure it out. My condolence goes out to his family, his mom, his dad, his sisters, the other families, everybody involved. Laker organization, I talked to Jeannie and Linda, and people here are hurting, especially in this organization. You know, some people have to get treatment, and some people just don't understand, because it hit all of us out of nowhere. I didn't want to believe it. I said to myself, I hope some butt-face made this up, and it's not true. I didn't want to believe it. But then after getting all the calls, and then you finally feel it was concerned, it just, you know, my spirit just left my body. I just wish I could be able to say one last thing to the people that we lost, because you know, once you're gone forever, and you know, we should never take stuff like that for granted.
Be who you are. Be who you are, and I mean that in a sense of, you know, we all go through things, and I think it's just being aware of what you're experiencing at that time, whether it's frustration, whether it's anger, whether it's joy or sadness. You know, it's fine to experience those things, because we all do. You know, and I think it's just accepting where you are, and once you do that, then it's very easy to pivot from that and move on.
And I think the most important thing is finding what it is that you love to do. That's the hardest part. And it took work. Like, basketball was born to play. But the second phase, what we're doing, took a lot of work, a lot of soul searching, a lot of investigating, trying things out. But when you find what it is that you love to do, then you wake up every morning with a sense of purpose. You know, so my life it's been great. I mean, I fell into a great routine. You know, I work out 5 o'clock every morning, take the kids to school, get some breakfast with my wife, go to the office, work there, pick the kids up, and then from there it's just, you know, volleyball here, basketball here, soccer there, you know what I mean? And that's my routine.
Once you have the passion, the thing that you're passionate about now, you can look at other people or other entities or other things or works of art, and you can draw things from that to help you be better at what you do. By looking for those common denominators.
If you wake up in the morning and you're dreading going to work, dude, do something else. Do something else. And those are hard decisions to make, but when you make those decisions, it's a very liberating experience. I guess you just kind of sit in the moment, and then you let whatever's inside of me at that moment just come forward. And, you know, I think preparing for stuff like this it's not really true to form. You just kind of got to sit in the moment, absorb it, and then whatever comes out, comes out.
In 20 years, are we going to be talking about your legacy in basketball or investing? Which would you prefer?
Investing. You know, listen, playing basketball, you know, the focus is always on winning. Winning championships, winning championships, winning championships. Now, championships come and go, right? There's going to be another team that wins another championship, another player that wins another MVP award. But if you really want to create something that lasts generations, you have to help inspire the next generation.
It's not about your opponent, it's about you. It's about you taking your inner struggle and channeling that through the game, right? As a way to unleash, right? So now it became a matter of, how do I express that to them? How do I get them to that point where they figure this out for themselves?
And he wanted to call and give me encouragement to say, don't change for them. You have to stay focused. If you want to be one of the all-time greats, you have to study the all-time greats. You have to be obsessive about what you do and how you do it.
The best way to prove your value is to work, is to learn, is to absorb, to be a sponge. Right? But you always want to outwork your potential. You know, as hard as you believe you can work harder than that. And so it's not a matter of pushing beyond your limitations or expectations. That's really the key. And when you do that, then the world just seems limitless.
The single coverage by Landry. Ariza dropped down. Kobe! Oh! Up high! Down hard! Kobe Bryant! Final seconds. Bryant for the win! Bryant the drive!
Not too soon. We haven't taken him out as a sub yet. Here we got a triple drive, change of direction by Bryant. Slam dunk. There will be no charge because the man's in that new painted imaginary circle.
I think that's what the fans came to see. And you talk about elevation. Chick, he went up to the rafters before he decided to put somebody on a poster.
Because of this man, Kobe Bryant, to take over.
Welcome to the Kobe Show.
There's the move.